Okay, let's get this party started right.
I'm sorry, master. They call me James, I reduce them to stutters. All of you lying abusers get hunted. I come with truth and the proof you discover, and I'll give it to you, then you get to running like boom shakalaka. You get to running like boom shakalaka. You get to running like boom shakalaka. You get to running like. Where you going, bro? Let's go.
Chris Oakley, my man. I saw your message, my brother, and I've already accepted, liked and commented. That's right. Phil, for yesterday or the day before when you were asking me about you being banned from TikTok, what I did was I accidentally muted you on YouTube. So you were muted on YouTube for a little while. It was an accident. I was trying to pin your comment that you made, and I think I muted you. Or it was LA Apologetics. One of you guys I accidentally muted, and yeah, that was my mistake. My mistake, because the chat moved as I clicked, and then there was a boom shakalaka, and one of yous got sent to the corner, put in the corner. So God bless you guys. We're gonna just let me say this. There's been an interesting bit of events recently. Interesting. It's crazy. There's been some interesting events when it comes to the Dawa gang. The Dawa gangs, and I'm using that word, gang, the mafia, the gangs, the Dawa boys, the ones that, that bully other Muslims and bully people into submission and bully them into obeying and bully them into doing exactly what they have to do, or they will be ostracized, they would be attacked, they will be banished, they would be treated as the Christians are. In other words, awful. But again, this is what the Dawa boys are doing, the Dawa gangs, the cowards. And my next, unfortunately, it's Friday today, but my next topic is going to be racism. My next topic is going to be racism in Islam, and we're going to see, is it just a one-off thing? Because we know that, for example, this guy called my Muslim cousin, he was called out. There's a guy called Dawood, Muslim, he was called out. We've got other Muslims that have been called out with racial terms, and it's quiet. Pin drop quiet. Now the Muslims are getting together going, oh, we can't accept this. We need to teach them. We need to help them. We need to tell them that what they're doing is wrong. So we're going to have a topic on, is it a one-off thing or is it Islam? So we have this coward, this wannabe debater, this piece of S. I mean, if he was a stone, I promise you they wouldn't use that stone to throw at Shaitan. That stone would be used as toilet paper. If he was a stone, he would be toilet paper. So I'm just saying, we're going to have this conversation at some point where we're going to go back to racism in Islam and see if the behavior is just a one-off thing or if this is the behavior of Muslims. Now, apparently also we are being monitored to see if we also come with anything. That's the ringleader. That coward is the ringleader. So now we're going to go through, at some point we're going to do, on Monday, we'll go through the racism in Islam. We're actually going to talk about that. So that's right, Sheikh Dawa, the toilet paper, if he was a stone, as I said, he would be used as toilet paper, not even to throw at Shaitan. He would be reused. Now, remember that all of this came about because of the bullies that are trying to control every single Muslim. And the reason that they're trying to say that they must stop coming to lives, and they were celebrating yesterday, and apparently my name was mentioned. Little old me was mentioned, that they need to stay away from lives like mine. I'm doing a bad job because I'm actually exposing them to what the Quran and the Hadiths actually say. So because of that, you have to stay away. They are told to stay away from little old me. Little old me. Why? Why are they not told to come up and prove that what we are saying is wrong? No, don't do that. Just stay away from them, because if you stay away from them, hopefully they'll be quiet. They'll say nothing. Again, the difference is they would call things like what we read blasphemy. They would say that we are blaspheming because we are reading. If I read something and it says something and then I repeat it, it's not my fault. It's like all these topics that we're having. We just read. So what we're going to do, we're just going to read. And if we're going to read and it upsets them, the truth is they're not really upset at us. They know who they should be upset with. But now they're trying to say, well, he's blaspheming because he's reading and he's mocking me because he just said what the Quran says and what Allah says and what the Sahaba say and yada, yada, yada. So I'm sorry, but if I'm reading and you're upset with it, that's your problem. That's a you, not a me. Why would you want to bring me into it? I'm just telling you what your scholars have said. And if that's what your scholars have said, deal with it. Own it. Accept it. This is why, guys, the Dawah gang, the cowards of Islam that cannot defend it, they can't defend what we read, are now attacking us only for reading. Stay away from them. If you stay away from me and every other Christian, every single other Christian, would it change the fact that Muhammad was possessed by the devil? Would it change the fact that he was bewitched? Would it change the fact that he married a child according to them? Would it change anything if you stay away from the Christians? No, it wouldn't. Why? Because it's still there. Still there. All we are doing is reading. We are reading, and don't let the doubt. And look at these Muslims, right? They bow down to the likes of Malik. The failed rapper. Oh, I got a hate speech already. Wow. What am I in? It's 8 minutes. Hate speech numero uno. Come on, man. In fact, let me do this, guys. I'm gonna just do so that I don't get hit on this account. 1 second. You can't make this up. That's right. You can't make this up, man. Let me just invite my friend so that he can join us. And then hopefully he gets hit, not me. 1 second. Alrighty. So this guy called James, he's going to join us now. And then we'll see. Hopefully he gets hit, not the main account. But again, watch this. I'm just going to read to you guys first so we get an understanding of these Dawah boys and why they are forcing and saying that they need to stay away from us. The reason that they're saying stay away from us is not that we are misquoting, misunderstanding, but what they're doing is, that's right, Rob, that's right. What we are doing is reading. We read what they have given us and they don't like it. Now, my thing to all my brothers and sisters is don't be distracted by the Dawah gangs, by the likes of that failed rapper, by the likes of the guy that has he's the Son of God on his hand. He writes, this is the Comedy Central, has a tattoo, Son of God on his hand. The Comedy Central, the clown of the Dawas, the racist of all racists on this app, telling a black brother that he must get on the boat and go back to where he came from, calling him the N-word. This little twerp, this little, oh my goodness, if he was in front of me. But again, don't be distracted by the likes of these guys. They are cowards. And I'll tell you why. Because in Matthew, I'm just going to jump into this first before we get back to the topic. Because the topic today we've done, I'll get back to that in a second. In Mark 16:15, it says, go into all the world and preach the gospel. All the world, that would include the Muslim world. Now remember, they can stop us from coming to Mecca, but we got Mecca coming to us. We got those Muslims in Mecca coming to us. Why? Because they need us. They need our Bibles. But let's focus. In 2 Timothy 2:23, it says, don't have anything to do with stupid and foolish arguments, because they only produce quarrels and strife. Don't be distracted and fall into the traps and waste time with liars, and focus your mission, which is to preach the gospel. Now, going to people like Circle Dawah, Central Dawah, the cow, and then the second part is wood, because you got to be careful with this TikTok thing. When they are attacking and speaking about us like that. Now remember, when they, and man, I'm going to get to this topic on Monday when it comes to racism, because remember this, guys. Remember this, every single Muslim that is not white, when he called out Q-Tip, when he called him out and gave him that label, he called every single one of you non-white Muslims, every single one of you, he put all of you under the same umbrella. That's right, left shoulders. He put all you left shoulders. Every single one of you. You guys are bowing your head, pretending, Assalamu alaikum, alaikum kalam, barakatuh. All of that nonsense under the same umbrella. And guess what he's doing? He told every single one of you to jump on that boat and go back to where you came from. That is Islam. And then the Muppet comes back and goes, hey, I took control of my life. But don't be distracted by them. In 2 Timothy 3:5 says, the Bible tells us about people that have a form of godliness, but they deny the true power of God. And we should avoid such people. We should avoid such people that come up and pretend to have this godliness and pretend to be coming in the name of God. This will be Christians as well. Be careful. Avoid the foolish controversies about the law, about the genealogy, because this is unprofitable and useless. That's from Titus 3:9. In Mark 16:16, it says, he who believes and is baptized will be saved, but he who does not believe will be condemned. We are presenting all this to them. Remember, they will be condemned for not accepting it. One more verse in 1 John 2:18, he reminds us that we are in the last hour. He reminds us that the Antichrist is coming. But already there are many little antichrists in the world. These are these Dawah boys. Muhammad was an antichrist. Allah is an antichrist. Because who is an antichrist? He that denies the Father and the Son. He is the antichrist. So remember that we are here to represent Christ and his love and give an opportunity for people to hear the gospel, to repent and to turn to Christ. But the spirit of the Antichrist, the spirit of Satan, is angry because people are actually listening to us. They're listening to us. They're turning away from the falsehood, away from Islam, turning towards Christ. This is the reason they're saying, don't come to our lives. This is the reason. Not only blaspheming, oh, he said something nasty about me, hurt my feelings. No, he doesn't. The reason is because the spirit of the Antichrist wants them to walk away from Christ. So don't be distracted. Focus on your mission. Preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. Don't, and this is to me, I'm saying this to me, I need to stop being baited. We need to pray in the chat. We need to remember to give glory to God in the chat. We need to give blessings in the chat. And we need to come to God in the chat, not ourselves, not our pride. Now, this is why the Muslims are scared of us. They're not scared about the nonsense about, oh, he blasphemed yesterday. Oh, he said yesterday about Muhammad. That's not why. You think they care? These guys are money. These guys are beggars. You've got Circle Dawah, scammer. You've got Malik, scammer. Malik scammed people into wanting to buy his tickets for his concerts. Scammers. All these guys that have all this drama are nothing but scammers, liars. They are failures. Malik is a failure in rapping. He's a failure as a child, failure in relationships. He's a failure as a Muslim. These guys are failures. Failures. What do they want to do now? They want to point to the Christians. Don't go to that one's live. Oh, be careful about this one. Oh, be careful about that one. It's a mockery and a joke. This is why these Muslims are in a full panic. Not because of what we do, not because of what we say, it's because what we do. Because what we do is present what we have. And what we have is undeniable because according to them, it comes from their books. It's from their books. And again, when it comes from their books, you'll have people that will say to us, oh, I don't take that scholar. Oh, I don't take this scholar. Oh, I know he said that. I do take him only sometimes, and I'll take him other times. Why? Because like all cowards, they run. They run from what it actually says. Oh, Bukhari, no, I don't take that Bukhari. I take Bukhari on the other ones, not this one. I know Sahih and Sahih Muslim, but we don't take the Sahih Muslim. We take the other Sahih Muslim, ones that actually we can go with, because the others go against us. So what happens is that we'll just pick and choose in our religion. This is why they're afraid of us, guys. This is why they're afraid of us. This is why they don't want to come to our lives. This is why they're begging Muslims. Because they can see for themselves that all we do is read. And because we were doing something Muhammad couldn't do, they're in a panic. They're in a panic. Now, this is day 3 on this topic. And I'm glad that, it's got such a good viewing on the YouTube channel, meaning these are the types of topics that people are interested in or about because they know that these hit home. Now, I'm going to just give you guys a bit of a backup story now. This morning when I went to the gym, I was listening to, let me show you the guy. This guy. Now he man, I love pronouncing his face. He's got 13 daughters. 13 daughters. Mashallah. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you guys. Is this muted or is on? Okay. So watch this. So this guy, this guy, he was talking about women in Islam. I'm not even joking. So while I was working out today, I was listening to what he said. Now, some of what he said was interesting. Bugger, I need to see because now I had to make notes about what he said. So let me give you this. He said, for example, firstly, he agrees that women and men are not equal in any way, shape, or form. That a man is above the woman. He says the woman should be home. Her job is to have kids. And he asked the question. he said to the audience, now I don't know how many people were there, but he asked the question. He said, how many of you believe that that women are evil? And I think the word is, use a different word. Let me just see if I can find it. I think it was fitna. I think he asked, are women fitna? I think that's the word he used. Anyway, he said, well, how many of you believe that women are fitna or evil or a challenge or strife? And he was looking around, and then he said, oh, only 5% of you. So the audience that he was talking to disagreed with him when he asked the question, how many of you think that women are fitna? 5% put their hands up. And then he told them that they are wrong, and that those that haven't got their hand up, they need to go back and understand Islam. That's what he said. So right off the bat, Muslims are now going against what Allah is forcing, saying that they don't believe that they are less than. So they don't care about anything else because they're thinking, no, we equal. He even said, you are not equal. How many of you think you are equal? So he said, you're not equal. And not only that, he then said, because men, now Muslim men, not any man, Muslim men, because Muslim men cannot control themselves. He said, if I took a goat, I swear, guys, look at his last video. This guy, look at the video. It's on YouTube. It's, I think, about 45 or 55 minutes long. He said, if I took a goat and I put a hijab on the goat, or even a burqa, a niqab, or whatever, one where you can just see the eyes. He said, if I only put that on, 1 second, guys, it's not proved. Let me just get rid of this violation. He must be joking. He said, if I put a niqab or hijab, or the way you can just see the ninja stuff, the ninja eyes, he said them, and he was driving with the goat on the front seat of his car. He said that the Muslim men would hoot and flirt because and he said the eyes of the goat are so beautiful. The Muslims would flirt with the goat in a niqab or hijab or whatever they cover themselves with, the tent. He said if they do that, the Muslim men would still flirt because of the eyes. So whose fault is it? Is it the goat's fault or the man's fault? I'm not even joking. Go to this on YouTube, not now, obviously, later. Watch it. And it's called something, just write woman in Islam, and you'll see this video come up, and you can watch it, how he absolutely wipes the floor. He starts off telling you how great women are, and then they literally just equal dogs and donkeys. Oh my Lord. So now, again, this dude wants to dress up a goat and prove to the world that men would still not be able to control themselves. We've been saying this forever and ever, amen. We've been saying this forever. But now this dude is like, yeah, man, they look at the eyes of the goat and they'll be like, what's up, man? How you doing? Oh my God. You can't make this up, man. You can't make this up. And then he said more. I'm just trying to think of what else he said because it's in my notes. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So also he said that a woman shouldn't be educated. Because an educated woman wouldn't be dependent on a man. He said, an educated woman wouldn't need the dude. He'd be null and void. And an educated woman may know more than the man. Now, that's bad for him, because now she knows more. She'd be like, man, you bullshit. You flew on a winged donkey where? She'd be like, nah, ain't no way, man. And then she may earn more money than him. And if she earns more money than him, then she'll be financially independent and not depend on him. So in other words, you've got to keep them dependent on you just so that they need you. Because if they don't need you, you have no place in the home. You have no place. Don't get educated. Don't earn more money. He said, what is the point of going to school? Because you go to school or university, then you want a job. And why do you want a job? To earn money. And he says, an education gives you a job, and a job means you need education. So they both are out of Islam. So you need to stay home. The woman's job is to stay home. Yes, I did, Holly Queen. So so basically now we've got this guy telling the woman to just be dumb. Just dumb yourself down, stay in the kitchen. Oh, that's what they need to do, because that's the woman's job. He says the educated woman, they only work from 9 to 5. But a housewife, her job never stops. He said, look, when a woman comes home, he says, what did he say? Some men will come home at 1 in the morning, 1 a.m. Why? Because the woman nagged too much. And this is why the woman should be quiet. He even said Khadija will have a quiet place in paradise. No, she won't. She's going to be one of the huri, apparently. All of them are going to be sleeping with men. She's one of the women that you get. Muhammad's going to be with all these wives. She's going to be just another one that's going to be used and abused by the men in paradise. So again, you as a woman in Islam, the woman in Islam, you guys must stop educating yourself, because you may be smarter than the man you marry. Now, this is all blasphemy according to Muslims, because I spoke about Khadija or Muhammad. But did I say this? No, this is what this Muppet is saying. He is the one confirming that Khadija was subservient to her man. That when she came home, she didn't ask him about anything. She just kept quiet. That's why she will be given this praise in paradise, because she didn't nag her husband. It's like, didn't you take out the trash? No, that's her job, because she's home. Apparently, he goes out the whole day. He's busy the whole day. So don't ask him to come home and still do stuff. Now, again, this is only from what I saw this morning with this guy. And I was actually chuckling, having a bit of a laugh, thinking to myself, man, you Muslim woman. You Muslim woman, man. You guys, you Muslim woman, man. I feel sorry for you guys. I feel sorry for you if you're woman and you're black in Islam. Because apparently both of those things there is not a good thing. Not a good thing. We haven't even gotten yet today to the subject. The subject today, so we've gone through 2 days now. We did day 1, where we spoke about Allah, the God of Islam. Allah, the God of Islam, that promotes adultery, that promotes fornication, and promotes dingy without consent. That's the God of Islam. Yesterday, we saw that the God of Islam not only promotes all of that, but he also wants you to sleep with prepubescent children. He allows that. He is the one that pushes this type of behavior on men. He is the one. Now, this for me is just hilarious that the Muslims are sitting back going, you said something mean. Nope. Your God in your Quran in Surah 33:50 and Surah 4:24 is telling you to commit fornication, to commit adultery, and to force yourself on women without their consent. He blasphemed, blacklist him. No, I'm just reading. I'm just reading. So even though you guys are putting me with all these other people that are, they're more akbar than me, apparently me and Amin are doing a bad job or a good job, depending on how you look at it, because we have been saying nasty things. Apparently. And again, they, if what I say is wrong, and I'm reading it and I'm saying to you, well, this is what it says. For example, when it says in the Quran that you can beat them, it says literally strike them. Yeah, but you misunderstand. You're not supposed to leave a mark. See how they add to the Quran? You're not allowed to. So today, now that I've got the Sheikh dude over here, and we finished what he said, which is hilarious. It's absolutely funny because he is the one that, man, I had to laugh. I just had to laugh, man. You can't make this up, these guys. So again, as I said, we've gone through this. Now we're going to just rewind and come back to what the other hadiths have. So in day one, we proved in day one, we just repeat it because this is important. Day one, we found in the Quran that Allah is responsible for adultery, Surah 424. Allah is responsible for fornication, 424. And Allah is responsible for forcing yourself on women that have not yet given consent in 424 and also 3350. So some Arab guy with the same face that I just showed said, hey, you're talking about me, James. May the PDF prophet's curse be upon you. Oh my goodness. So that was day one. Day two, we saw that not only did Muhammad accept those terms that Allah gave, he actually implemented it. He forced his Sahaba to commit all this adultery and all this stuff. Allah did that. Allah forced them. Muhammad, then yesterday we spoke about Surah 65:4 and how it's allowed to also sleep with prepubescent girls. And the guy yesterday, the liar, said, when I said to him, did Muhammad marry a prepubescent girl? A prepubescent girl, what did he say? Oh, there's two types of marriage. Refused to answer the question. Refused to answer the question because he, like every other Muslim, is a coward. He could have said yes, but instead he tried to change it. But there's two types of marriage. I didn't ask about the consummation or the graping of a little girl at 9. I didn't ask about that. I asked about the marriage. Did he marry her when she was still prepubescent? But because cousin marriage is big in Islam, it dumbs down the IQ to the point where they don't hear, they just pretend that they heard. You have to be married first, you muppet, to consume the marriage. 3349 tells you that they haven't been touched. They haven't been touched. Therefore, there's no waiting period. There's no iddah. I think you know something, but then you don't when you realize that. Now we're going to go back to woman in Islam, and we're going to read. We're going to read to see what is being taught. What is being taught? Man, Aziz, dude, I'm not sure. Yes or no? Are your parents first cousins? Seriously, bro. Are your parents cousins, first cousins, or brother and sister? Man, and I'm not talking about through suckling. In fact, that's going to be part of the topic today. Woman in Islam. Would you allow a man to suckle if he came to visit you? Would a man allow your wife to suckle him if he came to visit you? Now we have to find the verses that talk about this. The adult breastfeeding, a man 10 times. Where do we go to find the adult breastfeeding verses? The adult breastfeeding. Oh man, Aziz, 65:4 is in reference to consummation. And as you said yesterday, those that have not yet had menstruation are children, but they already been consummated because there's a waiting period, 3 months, meaning they had dingy. 3349 is talking about people divorcing them before you have touched them or you've never touched them. Then there's no waiting period. What is wrong with you? Not sure if you can understand that. It might be because you're a bit clouded, you know. But again, notice now, we're going to go now to this talking about breastfeeding. Let's talk about the breastfeeding verses. Now, again, I am not blaspheming. I am reading, something that you guys struggle to do. Now, in order for a woman to disqualify marrying a man or dingy with him, she has to suckle him 10 times, breastfeed him 10 times. Now, I wonder if Rabbi Aziz over there, if I came to his house and his wife, he had to go get himself some milk or something from the shop. I can't say milk. Let me say if he went and he got himself something else from the shop, would you let your wife suckle me, Aziz, so that I don't have any feelings towards her? Seriously, would you? Imagine me coming to your house. Now, this is for everybody. According to the Hadith, Sahih Muslim, 1451c, it says, and listen to this, I'm going to go through many Hadiths. It says that Fadl, Muhammad, Allah be pleased with her, reported that Allah's Apostle said, being suckled once or twice, or one suckling, or two, does not make the marriage unlawful. So that does not make the marriage unlawful. Are we going to get to this now? Because we're going to find out a little more about the suckling and if it's allowed or not. Sahih Muslim 1452a says, Aisha reported it had been revealed in the Quran. What? It was in the Quran that 10 clear sucklings made the marriage unlawful. Then it was abrogated and substituted by 5 sucklings. And the apostle died, and it was before that time in the Quran. So again, let me just see. Phil, I'm not paying attention to brother. Let me see if I can add. Let me see if you said something, I can pin it. I don't see anything. Okay, never mind. So anyway, according to Sahih Muslim 1452a, it says that it was in the Quran 10 times. 10 times. Let me say that again. 10 times. It doesn't say 5 on each side or 10 on each side, or whether it's 10 on one side or 10 on the other side. Who knows? Now imagine that. There must have been a whole queue of people wanting to visit Muhammad. Because if he was out the house, guess what? Sahih Muslim 1452a, Aziz, I would like you to request up now, and we can go through this. You can tell me, I'll give you just a minute to try to make this make sense. Make this make sense, and you tell me, if I came to your house and your dad wasn't home, but your mom's was, would you be okay if your mom's got it out and I was 10 times, because that would make marriage unlawful. Okay, Phil, I pinned it for you. There we go. Now, this would be my question to anyone. If I came to a Muslim home in 2025, because again, this says that it was abrogated by 5 sucklings. Now, what is an abrogation? It is now to take something away and replace it with something equal or better. Now, 10 was substituted with 5, and she said, and it was before that time found in the Quran and recited by Muslims. In Sahih Muslim 1452b, Amra reported that she heard Aisha discussing fosterage. That's the breast, the suckling, which made marriage unlawful. And she, Aisha, said, there was revealed in the Holy Quran 10 clear sucklings, then 5 clear sucklings. Now imagine being the wife. Imagine being the wife. Imagine you're not allowed, you dress like this ninja thing on the screen. You dressed like that. You're not allowed to show your hands, your feet, your ankles, your wrists. You're not allowed to show your eyes. But you can get your fun bags out for the boys. You can get your fun bags out for the boys. Oh man, the appeals are not approved, and I am restricted to who can see the live. You can't make this up. So guys, because I'm restricted, you guys are going to have to please help me out and just keep tapping and sharing the live. I've got 2 for hate speech and 1 for not being able to share the live because of the hate speech, I'm guessing. But again, I don't mind this, guys. I don't mind this. My question is, which Muslim is willing to invite me to their home, invite me to your home, and allow your ninja wife that I can't look at her face, I can't look at her, I won't even see it. She'll be dressed like this thing in blue. But she's going to now lift up and let me enjoy myself. Or I'm not supposed to enjoy myself, suckle. In Sahih Muslim 1453a, 1453a, Aisha reported that Salah bint Sulay came to Allah's Apostle and said, Messenger, I see on the face of Abu Hudayfa signs of disgust on entering of Salim, who was an ally, into the house. Salim was a slave. Whereupon Allah's Apostle said, suckle him. Suckle him. Remember, now we're looking at woman in Islam. Suckle him. Who decided this? The man. Suckle him. She said, how can I suckle him as he is a grown up man? Allah's Messenger smiled and said, I already know that he's a young man. Has made this addition in the narration that he, Salim, participated in the Battle of Badr, and in the narration of Ibn Umar, the words are, Allah's Messenger laughed. So Muhammad was having a little bit of a giggle. He was having a giggle. He was enjoying himself, going, yeah, come on, man, you suckle him. She was having a chuckle. He was having a chuckle. Thank you, Carl. He was having a chuckle, a little laugh. He must be thinking, you absolute muppet, you are willing to do absolutely anything I tell you people to do. Why? Because like Islam, you have to surrender to your master. And in Islam, the man is the master of the woman. He is the master. She has to obey him. This is what that muppet said, the guy. You need to obey your husband. You need to submit to him. So now, The woman is submitting to Muhammad when he said suckle, and then he laughs. He laughed. He must have been sitting there with a smile on his face thinking, come on, man. Come on, man. What is wrong with you people? You guys will take anything. Sahih Muslim 1453b. B says this. Again, notice, guys, all I'm doing is just reading from hadiths. This is what the Muslims don't want us to do. They're calling this blasphemy. They're saying that we are going against Islam. Why? Because we are reading. And of course, we're going to laugh as well because this is ridiculous. This is a joke. This is funny for me. This is embarrassing and humiliating for them. Therefore, because it's humiliating, let's label that blasphemy. We don't care. I don't care. And you guys can boycott every single live you want. It will never stop us from exposing the lies and nonsense in your books. We just read. That's right. We just go read. Sahih Muslim 1453b. Aisha reported that Salim, the freed slave of Abu Hudayfa, lived with him and his family in their house. She, that is the daughter of Sulail, came to Allah's apostle and said, Salim has attained puberty as men attain, and he understands what they understand. Meaning, he knew all about how the birds and the bees were done. He knew that. And he enters our house freely. I, however, perceive that something in the heart of Abu Hudayfa, whereupon Allah's apostle said to her, suckle him, and you will become unlawful for him. Now, I'll continue this. And which Abu Hudayfa feels in his heart will disappear. She returned and said, so I suckled him, and what was in the heart of Abu Hudayfa disappeared. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if any of yous have ever, been with a female or a female knowing the feelings, some of you guys will understand that that's a good feeling. That'd be a good feeling. For both the man and the woman, that'd be a good feeling, Now you tell me, you are going to go to the house and suckle. You're going to tell me it's going to be like, after suckling, man, I had no feelings for her. She was like my mama. Oh my goodness, can you imagine that? Can you imagine me coming to your house, suckling on that woman? You think that I'm not going to be excited? You think that's going to be like a killer for me? Come on, man. What's wrong with you people? Come on, man. Muhammad must have not understood the power of that titty. Because I'm telling you what, man, this man, he just didn't understand the power that thing can have. That thing will control a man, make a man do weird things. And now this guy is coming to you. I bet you Salim kept coming to all the Sahaba's houses. He must have gone to every house of every Sahaba, be like, anybody home? I just need to apologize, guys. I am like not normal. I'm just me, man. And I tell you what, and I think this is like, people expect more from us, and I'm just human, man. I'm just saying it like it is. This my wife actually said to me yesterday, and my daughter, they were busy, trying to, as always, correct me. And then my wife said, you don't have to always say what you think. Come on, man. You tell me you're going to go to somebody's house. She's dressed like a tent. You can't see anything about her, not her ankles and her feet. But she's going to get them little things out, or big, whatever, them things out for you. And you're going to be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Come on, man. Come on. So I suckled him, and she saw no displeasure in his face ever again. Oh my goodness. He was never upset when he come to my house. I'm going to knock on every Muslim's door. Is Ahmed home? Sahih Muslim 1453C. You know, Ibn Abu Malaika reported that Qasim blah 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 told him, narrated to him that Aisha reported that Salah bin Sulaym Amr came to Allah's apostle and said, Allah, a message of Allah, Salim, the freed slave, is living with us. It's basically the same thing. But anyway, it goes on and says that, look what it says. It says the freed slave Abu Hurayfa is living with us in our house and he has attained puberty. And then it says, as men attain it and has knowledge of the sex problems as men acquire, whereupon he said, suckle him. So they've got dingy problems. And then he says, suckle him so that he may become unlawful regarding marriage. Now, remember, marriage for them is just nikah. He's not going to marry this woman. He's going to dingy her. He's not going to, divorce her. No. It's to dingy her. So he's saying he can't dingy her after that. So again, this is Islam. This is why they say to the people in the chats, don't go to the Christian lives because you may actually learn something. Let's keep going. So now in this one, it's talking about how he was a man that knew things. And he was, so we know this now. In Sahih Muslim, again, 1453D, it goes on with the same things, and E, and 1454, basically the same thing, where it's talking about, let me see, it says, a claim that one of the fosters having suckle for a proper period, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to try to find the one where Aisha, where the other wives of Muhammad refused to do the suckling. Refused to do the suckling. It's 1452A, 1452A, 1452B, 145253, 1454. All of those talk about how you are to suckle. But 1452A tells us that it was in the Quran. It was in the Quran. So where is it today? It was 10 and then 5. Where is it today? They don't have that Quran. So all we do is read. Sunan Ibn Majah talks about the same story where the Prophet said to him, breastfeed him. And she said, how can I breastfeed him when he is a grown man? So again, in Islam, grown men can be suckled. Grown men. Little girls can be dingied, and grown men can be suckled. Can't make this up. Oh, what you said hurt my feelings. Oh, stay away from him. He hurt my feelings. Oh, he read something in the Sunnah. Oh, stay away from him. It's blasphemy. I didn't write this. Your Sahaba gave it to us. Aisha, she gave it to us. She must have been. Now imagine this, Aisha. There's actually, hopefully I have this hadith where Aisha did it as well. Now remember, how can she do this if she was a child? If she was a child and had no breasticles, what are they nibbling on? Unless Anyway, that's something else. We can go on. Now in Sunan Ibn Majah, 1944. It says this as well. It says the verse of stoning and of breastfeeding an adult 10 times was revealed, and the paper was with me under my pillow. So she had it under her pillow. When the messenger of Allah passed away, we were preoccupied with his passing, and a tame sheep came in and ate it. Ma. Is that the same sheep that Imam had on his front seat that was covered and the men were looking at? So this tame sheep came in, and then it says, these verses were abrogated in recitation, but not in ruling. Now notice that is not in the Arabic. because it doesn't say that. It tells you, as 1452a in Sahih Muslim said, it was in the Quran. In the Quran. Let me see who this Formidable is saying. Invite me. I'm not sure why you can't just request. Send you an invite, Formidable. All we do is read. Let's see. Sunan An-Nasai 3319 talks again about Zainab. And she said, I heard Aisha, the wife of the messenger, say that Sulil came to the messenger and saw displeasure. She said, how can I breastfeed him when he has a beard? He's a grown man. That'll take away his displeasure in the face of Abu Hurairah. So all these hadiths are just confirming that. Then you got Muwattab Malik in book 30, hadith 7, where he says, Yahya related to me from Malik that Nafi, the Salim, confirming again when it says that Kulthum nursed me 3 times and then fell ill, so that she could only nurse me 3 times. I could not go in to see Aisha because Kulthum did not finish for me the 10 times. Imagine that. How long did he suck on her that she got sick? How long does it take? 10. There was 10. I just gave you 10. I just suckled on it 10 times. That's 10. She says, I only managed 3, and then she fell ill. Come on, man. I only managed 3, and she fell ill. How long did this dude take with his 10 sucklings? Can't make this up. You can't make this up, and this is just hadiths. The Muwatta Malik, book 30, hadith 8 said, Yahya related to me Malik from the Nafi that Subay, Safiya bint al blah 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 told him that Hafsa sent him to a sister Fatima bin blah 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 to suckle him 10 times so that he could come in to see her. She did it, so he used to come in to see her. So again, this is what it's saying. It's saying literally, you want to visit me? Guess what you got to do? Whether you like it or not, that's what you got to do. So this is what I've got so far from me just reading. Now, the haters are going to hate me. They're going to say to me that, why are you saying nasty things? I'm not saying a thing like a chicken wing. I am just reading. And if I said I did something Muhammad couldn't do, that's not blasphemy. That's a fact. Stop crying about it. Mo couldn't read and write. Done. Finished. The dude was possessed. How do we know that a normal man with a normal brain is going to say to his woman, listen, I think you should suckle the dude coming to visit you? You have to be mentally messed up to say that. Imagine if this verse is supposed to be in the Quran, it's not there, which means we've got a different Quran. That's something else. My point again, can you imagine walking around like a tent? No one can look at you because they may be tempted by you, because according to Islam, I'm going to say this, I'll tell you now. According to Islam, the woman is evil omen. She's the one that will tempt man like a devil. And that sheikh that I spoke about, he actually said that. He said that when Muhammad passed away, he said the only thing that he leaves behind that is evil is a woman, because she can turn men's hearts. Now, if a woman is turning men's hearts and she's just like a tent, it's not her fault. What else can she do? Walk in a box? There's nothing more she can do. Nothing more she can do. She's covered from head to toe. You cannot see her. And yet now she's still tempting the men. And then if she's not tempting them, Muhammad is saying, even though she's still a tent, let her get her fun bags out so the boys in the yard can suckle. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Please don't look at my wife's hands, but look at her breasticles, man. Them things be full. Please don't look at her ankles, but go on, suckle, 5 on each side. Please don't listen to my wife's voice. It may be aura, but get the fun bags out for the boys. These are the hadiths regarding women. How in the world are the women in Islam coping with this at the time of Muhammad, let alone 2025? So it's a good thing it's not in the Quran today, even though it should be showing us that we don't have that Quran. And they'll say it was abrogated. Show me the abrogation. It was done after Muhammad. Aisha confirms that. So who abrogated? Do we have another prophet? No. No. So the breastfeeding a grown man is in this religion. Why? So that he becomes your child? Can you imagine now the likes of these dawah gangs, these mafia boys, these ones that are trying to bully others into submission? Take these boys, let's go knock on their mum's door. Let's go knock on their door. Let's go knock on their sister's doors. Oh, hang on a second. Just so you're not attracted to her. This is you dawah boys, you cry babies. This is what your religion is teaching. I'm just repeating. Hate me as much as you want. Talk about us as much as you want. It means nada, nothing. No matter what happens to me, whether I lose the live, whether TikTok gets banned, it's still in your books. It's still in your history. It's still in your history. And if it's in your history and it's in your books, guess what? Somebody else is going to be talking about it. Somebody else is going to mention it, and you guys will just cry another river. But build me a boat so I can cross it, because I don't care. Now that, for example, guys, is one of the reasons why women in Islam are suffering because of men. They are forced. Now imagine being a shy woman. Imagine, not wanting to do this. But Allah is commanding this. He's saying that you will do this if you want this person in your house. But Allah, you just said to cover me from head to toe like a tent. You can't even see the colors of my eyes, and now I must get my breasticle out for the boys. Come on, man. Formidable, you said you were going to come up. I sent you an invite, and then you run. What, to go find these verses? So today we're talking, we have a topic, my man. If you want to join on the topic and tell me that what I said is wrong, you're more than welcome to. Come up and show me that anything that I just read or repeated, because again, you guys think that we make this up. Tell me that anything I read, anything that I brought to the table right now, tell me that it's a lie. Tell me. In fact, why don't you, my man, invite me to your home, and then you step out the house to go do something so that I'm left alone with your wife, and we'll see if you tell her to do the same thing Muhammad told the woman at his time. I'm knocking at your door, man. Let me in. Let me in, let me in, let me in. That's right. You wouldn't let me in because you know. That's right. Now that we did this one, we moved on from this one because again, remember what Islam has taught us. If there's one thing Islam has taught us, it's that silence is consent. They, by not requesting, are consenting to what we have just read. We don't need you Muslims. We can just read. Talking about that, yesterday on the live, after the live, not long after the live, we were up 1,000 views already on the YouTube. I'm not sure how far we've gotten now. It can't be much more than that. But guys, I'm so grateful and thankful that, again, for me, we've got over 1,000 views, meaning that 1,000 people, over 1,000 people have heard what we have to say. Now once you see it, you can't unsee it. So yesterday they saw what I said. They heard what I said. They can't unhear that or unsee that. Same thing with the day before. The day before, same thing. Over 1,000 people. They heard it, they saw it, and now they've got to accept it because we just read. So thanks to you guys. Thank you. The account is called The Agents 007. the Agents 007. It's in the bio. And again, remember, if one person, just one person, goes back and checks what we say and finds it to be true, one person, we've planted the seed. We put a little pebble in the shoe of these people, and it's going to be uncomfortable for them for the rest of their lives. Uncomfortable, because all we did was repeat what we have been given. And what we were given today we off the Quran and stuff. What we're doing today is just basically looking at now the hadiths. So OG2NENV, thank you so much for that super chat, said, "You're based. God bless you and the chat." God bless you, my man. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. Appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. So today we just see, easy peasy, pudding and pie, Muhammad asked the girls to cry because they were not happy. I'm not sure, man, can you imagine? You come home, I'm talking to the men now. You come home, men, you open the door, you see your wife, and she's got a man lying in the lap, and he's, and you're going to stand there and go, ha? Or you're going to go, mashallah, at least now he's not attracted to you. Oh, now he can't sleep with you. You're going to be in shock and upset, or you're going to go, Allahu Akbar, Allah, because now you can see that that's good. Now the woman, that's a man's point of view. Woman, can you imagine opening the door, dressed and covered like a tent, the dude standing at the door, he's like, "Is your husband home?" And you go, "No, he's out." And then the guy's like, "Well, I need to see him, so would you mind just suckling me just for 5 on each side or 5 or whatever?" And you're like, "What?" And then you feeling like, man, I don't want to, but no, Allah's like, "Come on, what are you doing? Let him in, let him in." You can't show him your hands, you can't show him your feet, you can't even show him your ankles or the shape of your body. But you can get your fun bags out for the boys. You can do that for the boys. Moving on. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. Another thing that's absolutely awful for me to talk about, which I really don't like talking about, is let me just write it in the chats, in the search bar. Circumcision. For those that don't know, in Islam, a woman should be circumcised. FGM. For those that don't know, FGM, the clipping of the female, is in Islam. What do? No, it's an African thing, because we just found out the way the behavior of the Muslims are. They will blame the black people or Africa for everything. We get blamed for everything. So now, and the bone in the chicken wing, just by the way. So now we can see, according to the scholars of Islam, at the time of Muhammad, the female snip, snip, clip, clip down below was already happening, not from Africa, but by Muhammad and his boys. We're going to see now, for example, it was narrated when the daughters of Aisha's brother were circumcised. Aisha asked the daughters, not daughter, or the daughters, so Aisha's there. She said, "Shall we call someone to amuse them? Shall we call someone to amuse them?" Yes, she replied. Adi was sent for, and he came. Aisha passed by the room and saw him singing and shaking his head in rapture. It means he was acting like a fool, like a clown. And he had a large head of hair, like a clown. "Oof," she exclaimed, "a shaitan, get him out, get him out." Now, the circumcision happened in whose name? name of Allah. Because not only was the children circumcised, but according to Islam, Aisha herself was also clipped and snipped and destroyed down there. Because it says in the hadith, Jamia Tirmidhi 109, the Prophet said, when the circumcised meets the circumcised, then the ghusl is required. When the circumcised meets the circumcised, either it's two men trying to, hit with swords, or it's a male and female, both snipped and clipped, now trying to meet. So if it's not the men, then guess what? In Jami' al-Tirmidhi 108, Aisha says, when the clipped meets the clipped, then indeed the ghusl is required. Myself and Allah's Messenger did that. So we performed ghusl. So in this hadith, Sahih, we have the two clipped, snipped parts put together, and after that, that's when you can do ghusl. That's when you can wash it clean. Now notice this, guys. She doesn't have a problem with it. She's actually asking her brother's kids to also do it. So it's something that's been ongoing. It's something that's been in the system for ages, because she was like nonchalant about it. She's like, oh, it's all good. Please guys, snip and clip. I'm snipped and clipped. Mo is snipped and clipped. It's all good. But just make sure you do ghusl afterwards. Wash yourself afterwards. Clean yourself afterwards. Can't make this up. There's now this is now remembering now that what they do is that they're taking away the joy of the enjoyment with the woman. They're taking away the enjoyment. They're taking away the how you say, oh my gosh, I got just bad thoughts. I mean, the fun part of the down below, the vajayjay, the fun part, the part that, the stimulated part. They take this away. They are literally removing the pleasure zone. Thank you for that. Removing the pleasure zone so that the woman doesn't enjoy it as much and will be less likely to enjoy with anybody else. The pleasure point. They're taking away this pleasure point. Why? So that the woman suffers and she is controlled as to who she will go to next. Because Islam is a religion for man, by man. One of my topics. That's a religion for man, by man. So now we know both of them and the children are snipped and clipped. But there's another one I'm going to show you where it says, don't cut too severely. Don't cut too severely. Why? The question is why. Let me find that one for you so I don't mess it up. Because it's more attractive for who? That's right. Let me see. Just remember, guys, Sunan Abi Dawud 5271. Let me see if I can find it there. Let me see. Okay, I got it. Miskat al-Mazbi. It's also there where it says, do not, again, Miskat al-Mazbi 4464 says this. The Prophet said to the woman who used to perform the clip and snip, the Prophet said to the woman that used to perform the clip and snip on girls in Medina, on the girls in Medina, do not cut severely. Why? As it is better for a woman and more desirable to a husband. Don't cut too severely, because it's more desirable for the husband. Now, guys, Sunan Abi Dawud 5271. Wow. This again is telling us, in this, it's telling us once again, Islam, religion for man, by man, because who is the beneficiary here? Don't cut too severely for the woman, because it'll be more desirable for the husband. In other words, don't mutilate her completely. They are forcing these young girls to do this in 2025. They are taking them using shaving blades. In 2025, I know this is going to be a bit of a tough topic today, but you know, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. It's saying clearly a woman used to perform circumclipping. I'm just adding the words for the TikTok, make it TikTok friendly. The circumclipping, the FGM in Islam. And what does Muhammad say? He doesn't say, don't do it. What are you doing? Why are you mutilating something like that? No, he says, do not cut severely, as it is better for the woman and more desirable for a husband. FGM. Destroying women, destroying children, destroying their future of enjoyment. Why? Because Muslim men are weak and don't know how to satisfy these women, so they only know how to satisfy themselves. Now, the Muslim woman now, we're looking at it from I'm looking at it as a parent looking down, thinking that would be my daughter, my child, or even my wife. Imagine the female. Can you imagine being that female and knowing that you are going to be snipped and clipped, destroyed forever? This is Islam. This is the Islam they don't want us to talk about. This is why they say, oh, they blaspheme, stay away from them. Please don't go to their lives, boycott them. Not because we are blaspheming, it's because we just read. And none of them can argue with this, because this is Sahih. Graded Sahih. So imagine now, you coming to the woman's house. She's covered from head to toe, ninja outfit. She's just been snipped and clipped. You enter the house and you're like, hey, is your husband home? And she's like, nah, he ain't home, man, but you got to come do the suckling now quickly. And don't lie too heavy on my lap, because I'm still sore down below. I can't really sit, so we might have to do it standing. Imagine the sickness, how can women want to be Muslim? And on Monday, we're going to find out how can the people of my color, the non-whites, how can they be Muslim, knowing that they are both being treated so badly in this religion? So badly, so badly. Where the Muslims at? Are you going to be jumping up and down saying, oh, come to my new child bride, and she just got snipped and clipped, and you can suckle on her just so you don't get attracted to her? Come on, man. How in 2025? That's why when I read this part, when it says when the two circumcised parts touch, I'm just hoping it's two swords, man. I would rather it be two swords than this poor child being mutilated and destroyed for life. Because for anyone that does know, the FGM, if anyone has seen pictures of it or even understands what goes on with it, it's awful, disgusting. I've told the story before where I met a Somalian guy where his wife was snipped and clipped and also sewn. For those that don't understand, if it was a big opening, it was sewn to make the opening slightly smaller because she had given birth. So this guy that I knew, he made her also get sewn. So the entry was little smaller than his size. And every time they did something, she would be in pain and sometimes even bleed. The doctor said to her that I can open up to normal, but I will not be able to fix the pleasure point. And she came home and said to the husband, listen, this is what the doctor said. He 434'd her. He 434'd her, came and told me the story. And I 434'd him for what he did to her, trying to show me that he was in power and he was the man. And that wasn't a good thing for me because that got me into some trouble. But again, he 434'd her with just the thought of just opening it up a bit. Yes, Phil is saying The Reliance of the Traveler. I have the book. My man Travis Lee, he is a specialist on the Reliance of the Traveler. I have downloaded the book, not read it because, again, I'm going to prepare myself for that because, again, it talks about sometimes you tear the opening from the one opening to the second opening. You open it so wide that it opens from one to the other. The poor children in Islam, the women, girls, females. This is Islam. The book is called The Reliance of the Traveler. The Reliance of the Traveler. That's because the men only think about themselves. And notice that before, a lot of Muslim women would come up and try to defend this. Try to defend this. How do you defend this? How do you make this make sense? How can I sit with my daughter? Say I'm a let's just say I become a Muslim today. And then I'm going to say to my wife and my daughter, I'm going to listen, you know, in Islam, because now they're going to convert with me. In Islam, Phil, you must send that to me. Let me see if I can just, I'll pin it there, but if you can send that to me, please, bro. The Google Drive. Actually, no, it's not. You've got the, okay, no worries. So again, I'm going to say to my mom, my wife and my child, listen, we all Muslim now. So you guys got a snippety snip. They would backhand me, both of them. They'd be like, what are you talking about? And then I'm going to say to my wife, listen, man, my man John is coming to the house. He was John, now he's Ahmed. He's coming to the house. Would you mind? 10 times, please. Man, she'll slap the other side of my face. So now we can see another example for why you need to stay away from this religion, especially if you're not a white person and if you're a woman. Stay away. Because now we're going to show you why. I'm going to say we are talking about, I'm like the royal we. And talking about the royal we, I was actually looking at something. I'm also wanting to do this as a topic. Did you guys know in Surah 66:12, it says we sent what does it say? We came to Mary. And then it says Jibreel came to Mary, or the Holy Spirit. That means that either Jibreel or the Holy Spirit is part of the we. But that I'm still working on. I need to think about that one. Anyway, let's go to other hadiths. The reason that women are treated like this is because, as my man Christian Sheikh said, he showed us, when did I add it as? He sent me, let me just see if I can find it. He sent me, oh man, it's gone. Got to download it again. Where the women are called animals. They are ewes. Ewe. Women are animals in this religion. They're not even considered to be human. They are called ewe. I thought I'd save that. Or sheep, maybe. Let me just check my. In Surah 38:24, if I'm not mistaken, it's saying that he is, his wife is a sheep, an ewe. He's calling her a sheep. I'm just trying to find it where it says, but anyway, women are equal to animals in this religion. So just to sum it up, just to show you guys what we've gone through in the last, this is day 3. Day 1. On day one, we've seen on day 1 that it is the God of Islam that sanctions fornication, adultery, and the doing dingy without consent, and that's through the Quran. That's the God of Islam. Yesterday we saw that Muhammad and Islam allows the dingy forcefully on little children, and this is allowed through all of Islam. All the schools agree with it, that you can marry and penetrate these girls. Now, the women, again, as I said, have been suffering in Islam. Today, we've just seen that in Islam, the women are forced to suckle grown men with beards, adult men, when they come to your home. But again, these women are covered from head to toe. You can't see them, but you can suckle them. Then, not only that they're to suckle men, but for the pleasure of man. So the man is satisfied. These women must also be clipped and snipped. According to the hadiths, they must be snipped and clipped, FGM, for the pleasure of man. And as Muhammad said, don't cut too severely, as it is better for the woman and more desirable for the man. Again, the man is the winner because it looks nice for him. For him. And again, which woman is going to be so excited about this happening to her? Which woman is going to be like, I know you can't see my eyes, even though they're beautiful, but you can sure see my breasticles. Not only see them, enjoy them. Why? Because again, this is a religion by man, for man. Now again, moving on from all of this, why treat the woman like this? Why treat them like this? Because according to the Quran, Allah is saying that these women in Bukhari 304, let me just go there. In Sahih Bukhari 304, it's telling us clearly that the women in Islam are deficient in intelligence. Like an animal, they are just not smart, according to Islam. This is why they are called ewes. They're called animals. They are animals in Islam. Now, in this verse, it's saying that Muhammad, he went out to the Musalla to offer prayer. Then he passed by the woman and said, "O woman, give alms, as I have seen that the majority of dwellers of hellfire were you women." So Muhammad has been to hell. Was it when he was having one of his epileptic fits? When he was grunting like a camel? When did he have all this? When did he go to hell? How do you look into hell? When he was flying the donkey? They asked, "Why is it so, O messenger?" He replied, what did he say? "You curse frequently." So the woman cursed frequently, and ungrateful to your husbands. Now here's again the kicker. The religion for man by man. You are ungrateful to your husbands. Your husbands. Shame. The poor man, the girl was like, "Did you just come home with like $100? Man, you should have come home with 150. Is that all the meat you brought? Anyway, he said, "I have not seen anyone more deficient in intelligence and religion than you." So he has never seen anyone. Now Muhammad again was meeting lots of people. I mean, this dude was a trader. He was meeting people every single day, buying and selling animals for animals, the black slaves. He was buying and selling them. He was busy with these slave markets and stealing and, robbing people and unaliving people. I mean, this dude was busy. He was a busy guy, very busy. So he's saying, I haven't seen anyone more deficient. Anyone more deficient. Nobody. Of all the people in the entire world, I have not seen anyone dumber than you. Nobody. And then she said, "Oh, messenger, what is deficient in our intelligence?" He must be thinking, "See, told you so. Told you. You don't even know. What is deficient in our intelligence and religion?" He said, "Is it not the evidence of 2 women equal to 1 man?" They replied in the affirmative. He said, "This is the deficiency in our intelligence. Isn't it true that a woman can neither pray nor fast during her menses?" The woman replied in the affirmative. He said, "This is the deficiency in her religion." Funny thing, I was on a live this morning listening to people that are Quran, that don't take hadiths, and they brought up this hadith. So the guy was like, "Well, okay, so if a woman bleeds, she can't pray." And the woman was defending herself. And he said, "Okay, so if I cut my finger and I am bleeding and it's time to pray, can I pray or can't I pray because I'm bleeding?" And she was like, well, you're not bleeding for a week. And he said, "Well, what if I bleed for like 15 minutes? What if it's the time to pray and I'm bleeding? Can I pray?" And she didn't know what to say because he was spot on. He was literally saying, how does that make you thick? How does it take away any intelligence or makes you slower than your cousin, wife, husband, marriage, children? How does it make you slow if you just bleeding? So then she couldn't answer that. And this is Muslims arguing with Muslims. And he said, well, how that doesn't make you deficient. You just having something that your God gave you. You are menstruating. That's it. Doesn't mean because you're menstruating that you are less than or, maybe grumpy, but it's not saying that you are not smart. So again, according to this hadith, it's saying that these women, but it also says that the majority of the dwellers are in hellfire. Again, woman, the woman in Islam, this is what they've been treated as. Treated as animals, like not smart at all. And this is why they will go to hellfire. Majority of them are there. They're already in hell. Look at this picture. They're there already, Muslims. This picture is telling me this is the hell that they're in. They must be looking forward to going to the other hell, because this one is definitely heartbreakingly hell for them. And again, you think it stops there with the insults to women? Oh no. Oh no. The Bible said Jesus called a woman dog. He called her dog. He said, "You are a dog." The Bible said that. Jesus said that. What does the Quran say? Aisha said, "Why have you made me equal to a dog and a donkey?" Dog and a donkey. This is now Islam again. The woman is in this constant hell in Islam. They have to cover like this, be snipped and clipped, shared from man to man. They are married as a child. They are penetrated without permission. They are beaten. They are suckled. They are called deficient in intelligence, deficient in religion. They are called animals, dogs and donkeys. My goodness, this sounds like a religion of love for women, doesn't it? Yes, I've heard of the Sana pharmacist. But again, look at this. This is telling us that a prayer, communication, a conversation between you, a man, and God is severed, is destroyed, is broken. Not because the woman said or done something, it's because she exists. Aisha said, "The things which annul prayer were mentioned before me: a dog, a donkey, and a woman. She has done nothing wrong. She's just a woman. I said, you have compared us to donkeys and dogs. By Allah, I saw the Prophet praying, and I used to lie in my bed between him and the Qibla, yada, yada. Not once did he say, no, come on, Aisha, of course you're not. Of course you're not. Dude, I'm bringing you up again. I'm sending you another request. Formidable. Don't let me mute you. I'm giving you a chance to come up. I sent you another request. Stop being the woman in the relationship. Be the man. Request. Come up. In fact, let me do this to you, man. I'll just keep you quiet just for a tad. Let me give you a 5-minute timeout, just so that if you want to have something to say, you come up and say it. So far, as I said, we've gone through an array. 3 days now. The first 2 days, we've proven in Islam, it is the God of Islam, that promotes fornication, adultery, and the forcing yourself on someone without their permission. Oz, buenos dias, amigo. Then we went through yesterday in the Quran again and in the Hadiths, pointing to how Muhammad was allowed special privileges with no wisdom behind sleeping with a child, and how you're allowed to marry children in Islam, how you can treat them and beat them and do this. And today we're looking at the Hadiths again on the woman, pointing to the woman that can be FGM'd, they can be forced to suckle grown men. Now they are told that they are the majority in hellfire, that they are deficient in intelligence, deficient in religion, that they are equal to dogs and donkeys. I can't wait. I can't wait to say to my wife, please let me tell you this, and please accept Allah. Why don't Muslims, why don't the Dawah cowards, why don't the Dawah boys start their lives with this? Please, ladies, come to Islam, where you are the majority of hellfire, where you can be snipped and clipped, where you can be suckled, where you can be beaten, where you are equal to a dog and a donkey. Please come, mashallah. You are only deficient in intelligence. You are only deficient in religion. Please, mashallah, come to Islam. Have you ever seen a Muslim lead with that? No. Those cowards will never lead with that. They will say Jesus is a Muslim. They will never lead with the truth about Islam, because this is embarrassing and disgusting to them as well. This is why the woman in Islam, run like Forrest Blumen Gump. She said, you've made me equal to dogs and donkeys. You have made me equal. Somebody said to me the one day, he said, no, it doesn't say equal. Right? He said, you're making it up. It doesn't say equal. Sahih Bukhari 519 says, it is not good that you have made us women equal to dogs and donkeys. Can you believe this? Remember what I said? I said when that guy, the picture, let me put him up again so you guys can see him. This guy said when Muhammad was leaving, he said, I've left only one fitna, only one evil for you. And that was a woman. Only one Muhammad left behind, woman. Why? We'll see right now. Why woman, dude? Why the woman? What did they do wrong? Come on, man. What the woman go do now? What the woman go do wrong now? Let me tell you what they do. They are in the shape of devils. Now imagine this. Not only are they equal to dogs and donkeys, deficient in intelligence, deficient in religion, they are also equal, or they are also devils. They come in the form or in the shape of devils. You can't make this up. Let me see. Sahih, what's it called? Sahih Muslim. Let me see if I can find it. Sahih Muslim. I need to think. $32.40, I think. No, 32. Oh yeah, there we go. Jabir reported that Allah's messenger saw a woman. So he came to his wife Zainab. She was tanning a leather and had dingy with her. He went to his companions and told them, the woman advances and retires in the shape of a devil. Now we're going to get to this in a second. Let me just go back to tell you the number from the Sunnah. Sahih Muslim 14. Let me write this down because I can remember as well. 1403. A 1403A reported that Muhammad saw a woman, so he came to his wife Zainab. Now, guys, the Muslim will say, oh, look how good he was. He didn't chase after the woman, he ran to his wife. What happened to lower your gaze? The best example of mankind. What happened to lower your bloomin' gaze? That's what's taught in Islam, lower your gaze. They walk around like tents, lower your gaze. You see a woman, lower your gaze. No, Muhammad got so turned on, he runs to Zainab, who is working. She wasn't playing with dolls, she was tanning leather. He goes because he can't control himself and he has dingy with her. And then not only that, something that's private, something that's quiet between him and his wife, private, personal. He says to his boys, he's like, oh man, guess what, chaps? You know, I was sitting with you guys and we were enjoying a nice, cool glass of camel juice. And all of a sudden, you know that woman that walked by? Man, she stirred up some of my feelings, something wild. So I had to run into Zainab, who was busy working. You know, she was tanning the leather. And I just plowed her like a field. And the guys were like, yeah, really? Wow, cool, man. High five. And then he says, yeah, you know why, man? Because the woman, she retires in the shape of a devil. So when any one of you sees a woman, come to his wife, go to your wives, man. For that will repel what he feels in his heart. What does the Bible say? If you feel it in your heart, you've committed it. But Muhammad is like, nah, man, go back to your wives. Don't lower your gaze. What nonsense. Don't lower your gaze, boys. Look up, enjoy. Look at that, those hips walking by. That's a beautiful tent. That's what Muhammad is doing. He wasn't the example, lower your gaze. He was like, let's get it on. Turn off the lights. He's like, light a candle. Come on, man. This is the best example to mankind that can't control himself, and he plows his wife like a field. Plowing this field because he couldn't repel what was in his heart. Didn't lower his gaze. But what is she? She's a devil. She retires. She's in the form of a devil. A woman advances in the form of a devil and retires in the form of a devil. This is from Mishkat al-Masbi 3105. Mishkat al-Masbi 3105 is saying clearly a woman advances in the form of a devil and retires in the form of a devil, and one of you is charmed by a woman and she affects the heart, he should go to his wife and have interdingy with her, for that will repel what he feels. Not lower your gaze, not have some kind of control, self-control. It's going to plow those fields, because that's what they're there for. It says even if she's on a donkey, even if not a donkey, a camel, if the woman is on the camel and the man goes to her and wants to do dingy, she has to get off that camel. She's like, come on, man. I just got up here. And he's like, oh, I just saw Zainab walk past, man. Zainab stirred up some feelings, And I just come back from Aisha and I was doing the breasticle suckling over there. So, I got to get some. Because the woman is the one that stirs up these feelings. They stir up the feelings and the man can't control himself. The man can't control himself. Tanning leather, that's right. Tanning leather. So even if the woman is on a bloomin' donkey, according to the hadiths, the Muslim man still will get excited. He still would want her to get off that thing so that he can enjoy her. Because, according to Islam, the angels will curse her until morning if she doesn't satisfy the man. Let me find that one for you. The angels will curse her till morning. If a man invites his wife to sleep with him and she refuses to come to him, then the angels send their cursings on her till morning. MashaAllah. So it's like you are forcing your wife to sleep with you. You are forcing her with the threat that she will be cursed until morning. Now imagine if she passes away while this curse is upon her. If she is being cursed and she passes away, she will go straight to hellfire. Why? Because she's being cursed by the angels of Allah for not satisfying the needs of her husband. You can't make this up. The angels will curse her if she doesn't go to the bed of her husband, and he'll curse her until morning. How does that make sense to any Muslim man or any Muslim woman? It's like, oh, it was so nice last night. My wife really wanted to be with me. Or, man, I told my wife, you best get to bed or else the angel's going to curse you. And you think she's going to open up and go, oh, she can just lie there. No enjoyment, no fun, no, you're supposed to enjoy it. It's supposed to be a bit of a laughter, you're supposed to get together and be one and enjoy. She's like, just get over with it, man. And he's like thinking of all those women that walked by him. Again, remember, the angels and Allah are so focused on the dingy of Muslim men. They're so focused on the satisfaction of a Muslim man when it comes to opening the legs of a woman and enjoying yourself, that they take all the time out of their day to curse these women, and to punish these women for not satisfying the man. Allah is so busy writing hadiths and not hadiths, Quran verses to satisfy Muhammad and him graping all these women. He's so busy that he forgets about poor little old James over there saying, listen, man, I got no more food in my fridge. I just need some food. Nah, that's not important to the God of Islam. Not important. Now remember also it says in Tirmidhi that any woman who seeks divorce from her husband is a hypocrite. So you can't even divorce him because you're a hypocrite. And the Quran says that the hypocrites will also suffer like the non-believers. You can't make this up. Why would a woman in 2025, knowing all of this, still go, I want to be a Muslim? Why would she want to be a Muslim? She'll have to ignore all of this. There was a girl that converted a few months ago, either my live or on someone else's live. And I was asking the questions. We were going through, again, women in Islam, I think it was the topic as well, something like that. And she joined the stage and she said, I'm just waiting for someone to please make it make sense. She said, just please, any Muslim come up, make it make sense. And Muslims came up, men, of course, Muslim men came up, tried their best. And then she said to them, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I can't make excuses for this anymore. And she just exploded on the Muslims and on Islam and on Allah and on Muhammad. And she said, I can't be a Muslim anymore. I can't keep defending this rubbish. And she left Islam on the live that day. She was like, I'm done. I'm finished. I can't do this anymore. A girl from Ireland. She's like, I honestly, no one tells you all this, she said. No one. And she says, now that you have it on the screen and you're talking about it, no Muslim has come up to make it make sense. She said, I'm done. I can't do this. Most of the females that have left on my life has been because of this topic, women in Islam. But now they're boycotting us. Like, we need them. We don't need them. We have their sources. And this is on YouTube. And if it's on YouTube and people are searching, for example, woman in Islam, boom shakalaka checkmate, guess what? They're going to find one of my videos. Hopefully, I pray for that. And they're going to see all the stuff that I'm saying, and they're going to have to go and check it. And this is why I keep telling you guys as well, check it. Someone says something, don't just take it as word, go check it. This is why they won't defend all this rubbish over here. They will say, but in Samuel, 1 Samuel, and in Deuteronomy, and in Numbers, but they will never defend this because they know for a fact that when they look at their mothers, their sisters, their daughters, and their wives, they have to look at them as dogs and donkeys, equal to that they walk around in the form or the shape of a devil, that they are the majority of the dwellers of hellfire, that they are deficient in intelligence and religion. A Muslim man, only a Muslim man, can look at his children and think, oh, mashallah, what a dummy I got. Oh, mashallah, you look like a little donkey. You look like a little dog. Woof, woof. This is exactly what they have to do looking at their daughters. And then this guy that I showed you, the picture, the Imam guy from Saudi, he was like, oh, in the time of the Jalaliyah, they used to bury their daughters alive, and Islam came and saved them. From what? Save them from what? To tell them that they, listen, I know that your daughter is, but she's still equal to a dog and a donkey. Let her pull the cart. It's like, and then this is, again, Allah coming to the rescue. Why is it that a prayer is annulled by a woman, a dog, and a donkey, but not a man? And this is why, guys, and I've said this before, when you see these Muslims, these fake Muslims in the middle of town squares praying, in the middle of town squares, when they're standing in front there and praying, you women must walk in front of them. Because what annuls the prayer? Dog, donkey, woman. So if you have that power to destroy 100 people's prayer, walk in front of them. Walk slowly in front of them. All those prayers are useless, fruitless. Allah will not get them because you have the power to destroy their prayer. You have that power. Even though the Quran says that Allah He prefers the man over the woman in Surah 434. You may prefer them, but look at the power you have. You have the power to destroy an entire group of people's prayers by just walking in front of them because you know that they can't concentrate. I mean, as this guy said, let me put his picture up again. As he said on his today, when I was looking at his thing, he said, if he took a goat and he dressed the goat in a niqab or hijab or one of those ninja things or one of those covering your eyes stuff or covering your face, he said the people will honk, they will hoot at his car and flirt with the goat because the goat has beautiful eyes. So it's again showing that these men can't control themselves. They would even get turned on by the eyes of a goat. Goat people. Go and find this video when we're done. Go and watch it. It's called Woman in Islam. I searched for Woman in Islam and he came up on my search. He said, you dress a goat, put it in the front seat of the car, drive with the goat, men would hoot. Obviously Muslim men. Christian men are a bit smarter for that than that. They would hoot because the eyes of the goat are so beautiful. Can't make this up, man. Can't make this up. You know, and then continuing on this whole hadith thing about women, remember that one of the worst hadiths for me is Sunan Abi Dawood 3922. This to me is one of the, no, not this one. Let me see. This one talks about evil. Oh yeah, watch this. Listen to this. This hadith for me personally, is a hadith that really hurts me, really gets to me. And you'll see why in a minute. So it says that the chapter heading is called Divination and Omens. Divination and Omens. And you'll see at the end of this hadith what really got me. This hit me hard. It says, an omen is, now again, an evil omen. Omens are evil. An omen is in a dwelling, a woman, or a horse. Abu Dawood said, this tradition was read out to blah, 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 and I was witness. It was said to him that Ibn Qasim, that's Muhammad, told him that Malik was asked about evil omen in a horse and in a house. And he replied, there are many houses in which people lived and perished, and again others lived therein, and they also perished. This is its explanation so far as we know. Allah knows best. Now listen to this comment. Let me just take this ugly thing off my face, off my thing. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, sorry about that. What is going on with my phone? It's not giving me the right picture that I'm looking for. Sorry about that, guys. I'm not sure. That says father, daughter, husband, and wife. Wow, mashallah. So let me find the, there we go. So listen to this last part. This is the last part. It says, Abu Dawood said, Umar said, this is Umar, guys. Umar, he said, he said, a mat in a house is better than a woman who does not give birth to a child. I hope you guys got that. A mat in the house, a mat in the house is better than a woman who does not give birth to a child. Sunan Abi Dawood 3922. 3922. Remember, Aisha did not give birth to a child. Aisha did not give birth to a child. Umar said, this is Umar, what do they call it? Radiyar Allah, whatever they say, said, a mat in a house is better than a woman who does not give birth to a child. This one got me. This was like all these women, and remember, it's a gift to us. It's a gift from God. It's a gift. But some people have not been given this amazing gift, but they've been given other things. This over here, according to these people, is something bad. It's like I don't know. I don't know. This is how crazy this is. This got me, man. This one, for me, this one, you can call her a dog and a donkey. You can call her, say hell is full of these people, and you can call her evil omen. You can call her, this what's it called, deficient, all of that. But to say that a mat in the house is better than a woman that doesn't give birth to a child? Come on, man. Come on, man. That's Islam for you. Good question. The question is, what about an impotent man? What about men that cannot give the woman a child? So I marry Aisha, and me and Aisha are going to have children, but I am the problem. I am the one that can't give her the child because I am the one that's having problem down there. Is it, so I'm okay? So it's never the man's fault because she also has her little sperm, so she can also do this? This is Islam. This is why stay away from this religion. This is what they don't tell you. They don't tell you how Muhammad was saying to the Sahaba, guys, why are you marrying, older women, matrons? Marry the young ones so you can sport with them and they can sport with you. The sporting Olympics of husband and wives. And what did the man say? He was so much better than Muhammad. He said, listen, I need me a wife, not another child. He says, I need someone that can look after these children, not play with them. But Muhammad's like, oh, okay, cool. Because he's asking, why are you marrying a matron, not a virgin? So again, for 3 days now, we've gone through a whole variety of reasons why you should never be a Muslim. Never, especially as a Muslim woman, never be a Muslim. Why you need to run from this filth, because again, these dawah gangs, these dawah cowards, these dawah bullies, they don't lead with this. I dare any Muslim to lead with this. Lead, instead of putting up a sign saying Jesus is a Muslim, come to Islam, lead with all the stuff we just presented. Lead with the God of Islam. He is the one that sanctions the adultery and I'm getting a bit upset now, but again, all of this stuff, this is why don't they lead with this? Why can't they lead with this? Because if they led with Allah is the one that gives you the fornication or forces fornication on you. Allah is the one that forces you to do adultery. Allah is the one that forces you to take a child and penetrate her without her permission. This is the God of Islam. Why don't Muslims lead their lives with that? They say, I don't understand the Trinity, but I can sure understand that the God of Islam allows all this other stuff. Now, the best example to mankind, this dude called Muhammad, Kutum, Qasim, Ahmed, whatever the heck you want to call him, this pagan, there was a pagan before and a pagan after. You've met this thing in the cave. This dude, he was the beneficiary of all of these verses. He enjoyed all of this. Notice that. He committed adultery. I don't know what fornication, but he allowed it because he was sleeping with other married people. He was doing it. He was teaching the Sahaba to do this, all in the name of Allah, the Antichrist. So Muhammad was having dingy with slaves, Allah. Muhammad was having dingy with children, Allah. Muhammad was having multiple wives, Allah. Muhammad was lusting after women, didn't lower his gaze, Allah. All comes to his rescue. Allah comes to his rescue, and all of the things that we just talked about now is disgusting and evil, and Muhammad was like, I got you because my God got me. My God, he looks after me and I will look after you because I know what you want. And because you want it, I know I also had it. So it's all good. He's like, come on, go and plow the fields. Go enjoy. No one's going to stop you. So even though the Muslims were saying yesterday that I have to end my lives earlier, because they think that this is a bad thing, that I'm ending my lives earlier, because no Muslims are requesting, the damage is still being done. The damage is still being done because you guys are allowing us to read. You guys are causing us to read, and because you are allowing us to read, you kind of messed it up, man. You told us, if you want to understand Islam, what do you need to do? You have to read the Quran. What do? We read the Quran. You guys were telling us, guess what? To understand the Quran, you need to read the tafsirs. We read the tafsirs. You guys said, to understand the Quran and the tafsirs, you need the hadiths. We read the Quran, the tafsir, and the hadiths. Then you guys are saying, no, you need to find Tom, Dick, and Harry, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy and the gang. You need to find Sid from Ice Age. You need to find all these other Muppets from Sesame Street. Put them all together and please read what they also have to say, and then you'll understand Islam. And then we do that too. Then they go, yeah, but hang on, you're supposed to read it in Arabic. You're supposed to read it in Arabic. Can't make this up, man. This is why when they are saying, yes, thank you, it did come through. Thank you for that. God bless you. I don't reply to let me just say this, guys. For anyone that sends me anything, I try not to reply because, again, I don't want you guys to think that I'm intruding. I'm just saying thank you, or I'll say thank you on the live, just so we have the just to keep it. Yeah, I just don't want to give you a shout out with the names and stuff. Some of you guys do give me stuff without me without wanting to be mentioned. So yes, I do appreciate, and I did see it. Thank you so much for that. But the reason, guys, again, the reason why the Muslims are saying to boycott and stay away is not because of blasphemy. This is the guys. This is the lie. This is what they want you to believe. They want you to think it's because of the blasphemy, but the truth is it's because we are destroying this cult of Islam on a daily. People are listening to it. Seeds are being planted. People are listening. People are asking questions, and that's all we're doing. We just read. And the rest is up to them. They themselves are now understanding what is going on, the people that are questioning, and the people that are questioning, it doesn't take them long to go, oh, hell no, not going to happen. A lot of them are like, not on my watch. My wife being beaten? Because a lot of men are not as disgusting and evil. They don't want to beat their wives. They don't want to sleep with children. They don't think their wives go back and forth in the shape of a devil. They don't think that a mat in the house is better than a woman that doesn't give birth. They don't expect their woman to stop what they're doing because if she doesn't sleep with them, she'll be cursed until morning. They don't want their wives to be circumcised. They don't want their wives to be mutilated, destroyed. They don't want their wives to be suckled by other men. Or there are some like Muhammad that did. He laughed. Now again, the problem is them. The problem is the Dawah gangs, the Dawah cowards, the Dawah bullies that are trying to control what the Muslim men are doing. And these Muslim men, again, because they're cowards and they're weak. All these Muslims that come up and argue and debate and stuff, they're weak if they don't come up because they're listening and they're bowing. What did Sid say yesterday? He is submitted to the committee. He agrees with the committee. He submits to the committee. The committee demanded that he stops going to lives, so he submits to the committee. That's what he said on the live. He submitted to the committee. In other words, he's not man enough to stand on his own 2 feet and say, you know what, that's actually in the Quran, that's actually in the Hadith, that's actually in the Sunnah. They can't even stand up for themselves. This is how weak they are. I was asked it yesterday. Someone sent me, this is no joke. Someone sent me last night, or I saw it this morning, request for a debate. Someone wants to debate me. I'm thinking, did you not get the memo? Didn't you get the memo? Sure, Milan. In fact, Milan, you can just request up if you want. I need to mute anyway. I need to do something quickly. Let me just hang on a second, guys. How you doing?
Hi, brother. How you doing? Blessings, my brother. Christ blessings for you, family, and home. That's most important.
Thank you, my brother. Listen, I'm going to mute for 1 minute, and you can tell your story, okay?
Yeah, it's very short, and you can go further with the live. So what I want to say is that's very funny, but also shocking, because this is all about, and this is also Islam. In my childhood, I joined Bachabazi. Unbelievable. And as a child, I was about let's see, it's many years back. 7, no, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9 years or something, with other children. So one of the friends said, "Come, we're going to some houses. Nobody lives there, and we can go all there." I said, "Oh, okay. I don't know all those things, and these guys maybe know better what they are doing." So I said, "Okay, I'm coming with you guys." So they went to a house. Nobody lives there, of course, and we went there, and they sat in the circle. I thought, "What the heck is going on?" Uh, and I said by myself, "What is these guys all doing with this kind of stuff?" So actually, they're sitting in a circle, and one of them went to the middle, and oh my god, I don't know. I don't want to restrict it in this TikTok because it's too much. He removed beneath private parts clothes, so everything, to let's see everyone. I thought, what the heck is going on? These people are crazy. So you know what I get? You know what I mean with these people?
Yeah.
One minute. I'll be right back. 1 second, 1 second.
For those that don't know, Bachabazi is the little boys that dance for grown men in Afghanistan. They dance and they are used and abused by these men. I'm not saying my brother Milan is one of them, but they.
Yeah. No. I did not. I did not do that. I just watching. I thought, what the heck is going on? And I thought by myself, this is not normal. But as a child, you are not. You have not a realization from what are you doing at that moment. You know what I mean? You are just a child. So I thought this is not something crazy what these people doing.
But
But
seriously, can you?
but this is in Islam. You see how devil controls these people.
That's right. So what I was going to say is, a lot of people don't understand and know what a Bachabazi boy is. And as I was saying, these are grown men. Because the women and men can't be together, according to Islam, what do the men do? They find little pretty boys, dress these boys up, and these boys dance and clown around, and these men actually do things with these boys.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm glad that I'm a smart one, and I did know what was all about, so I did not even do that disgusting stuff. And I thought by myself, this is not okay, guys. Bye bye. I don't want to join
No worries, my
this.
brother.
Yeah, man, that was really disgusting. Even as a Muslim, I said no. This is nothing for me. Thank you, guys. And, as a child, I went back, go away, and but I mean, sometimes you have a realization from, okay, that's not good. Even as a Muslim, Christ was with me, and I mentioned many times, because as a child I cursed and everything with Isa. I mocked Isa every time. That's really crazy, brother. As a child, I used to mock Isa almost every day mocking this Isa as a Muslim. So you see the power of Christ, that even you are a Muslim as a child, that you have not that realization, a mature realization, that okay, that's not the religion, that's not the true religion. But as a child, you don't know that much what you are doing. So that's really crazy. This, oh my god, this religion, brother, is something out of this world. I mean, out of this world. This is alien
That's
stuff.
why we.
This
That's
is a
why
fallen
every day.
fallen angel. Yeah, exactly, brother. That's a fallen angel stuff. Who made this religion, and oh, this is horrible, brother. I don't get it that these people still defending this Satan. And yesterday, on live panel on Brother Bearson, there was two Jamal and Amr and Jamal. They were fighting this religion. They said, "Oh, why you speaking stupid? Why you insulting my Allah?" I said, "Which Allah? The unknown deity. Is this your Allah? I show you who's your Allah. Imru al-Qais is your Allah. Look how much of his poetry and the moon splitting is in your Quran. You call that from your Allah? These people lost, brother. We have to pray for these people, really. We have to pray to these people. That makes you really sad, because they don't know what they are doing. Exactly the same words what Jesus Christ on the cross said, Father, forgive them. uh, They don't know what they are doing. Forgive them. And you see, till today, you see these words of our God back on these people. They don't know what they are doing. That makes me very sad to see that. According to 2 Thessalonians 2, chapter 11 and 12, brother, they don't like the truth. That's why they keep defending this Satan. And yeah, I don't know what
Oh,
to say,
man,
man.
I
I don't
got
know
you.
what to say. Yeah.
No, I got you. I understand that. So let me just, I need to just end this just for a little bit now, my man. Let me get back to this because I want to just wrap it up and just talk about a little bit more about the woman in Islam. But thank you so much for coming up, my man. God bless you.
Yes, you're welcome, brother. Yeah, the women in Islam, they have no rights, nothing. And exactly, the family of the queen, the king of Saudi Arabia also jailed up his whole family in a house. Come on, man. This is the real Islam. They follow exactly what the Quran says. Jail up your woman. Don't let them go out. And just what happened before, what they did. Yeah.
God bless you, my man. I'm just
Yes,
going to
blessings,
continue.
brother.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much
well,
for coming up.
yes,
Take
thank
care.
you, brother. See you next time again. Take care.
Always, God bless.
Yes, brother.
Right, just to sum it up, I had a question yesterday or today. One of the Muslims in his life, as I said, Muslims will never lead with what is taught, right? But a Muslim today, after all the drama yesterday about Comedy Central and all these Dawa dogs and all these fake bullies that bully other people into, do as I say, do it or else I will do this to you. Do it, follow us, because again, the Muslims are so weak. They bow down to all these other Dawa boys. But he asked a question yesterday, and he said, or to this morning, he said, a black guy said, which is worse? Is racism worse? Or sorry, the R word, the N word, is it worse than blasphemy? So they all agree that blasphemy was bad. They all agreed blasphemy bad. So then the guy said, but hang on, if blasphemy is bad and I am called an N word and I am, because I am also not white. Listen to this, guys. This is important. The guy said, I am African. The N word that was used towards Q yesterday, he says, when the Muslim said that, he includes me in that. Includes me. This, so again, he was like, although they say it and not understand it, and they talk about it and go, oh, we say no to racism, we say no to the N word, we say no. At the same time, when one of the brothers, like Comedy Central, the failure, when he says something like that, notice what happens. Every single non-white Muslim was taken and thrown on the same boat with Q-Top. Every single Muslim that was non-white was called the N-word too, because he said, you get back on the boat that you came from. So he's saying to all the black people, you absolute Muppets that are following this religion, all of you, that's what they think about you. Every single one of them thinks that about you. And yet you women and Muslim, you Muslim men, you black men and Muslim women, this is what Islam thinks about you. So in 3 days now, not only did we boom shakalaka checkmate this entire religion for the God of Islam that sanctions fornication, sanctions adultery, sanctions raping little children and women. The God of Islam sanctions dingy slaves. He sanctions mutta. He sanctions all of this in his name. And the one that benefits the most is the Muslim man. And the one that suffers the most, as Aisha said, I have not seen any woman suffer more than the believing woman. Now, Muhammad, that had no self-control, never lowered his gaze, that was constantly aroused, had to satisfy himself with all wives in one night, couldn't even allow a woman walking on the street to pass by without him jumping on one of his wives, because she, the woman walking by, just happened to walk by. Nowhere does Muhammad lower his gaze or have any self-control. Nowhere. The dude was a walking Viagra pill. He was constantly ready for action. But don't say that, because that's blasphemy against Muhammad. No, that's the bloody truth about Muhammad. That's the truth about a man that couldn't control himself. Every hadith we spoke about, why don't you dower guys, you dower liars and fibbers? Start your lives and say in your lives, we are 100% for female snip, snip, clip, clip, FGM, because that's in the hadiths. We are 100% for women to be beaten, because that's in our Quran. We are 100% okay to penetrate children, because that's in our Quran. We are 100% okay with that women are equal to dogs and donkeys, because that's in our hadiths. We are 100% okay that women are cursed by the angels if they don't open their legs, even if they're on the camel or making food. This is what you should be leading by. That yes, you women, not only are you equal to dogs and donkeys, but you are all deficient in intelligence. That you should be leading with, my beautiful Dawa brothers. Don't say Jesus is a Muslim. Lead with that. Lead, my prophet slept with a child. My prophet married a 6-year-old and penetrated at 9. MashaAllah, what a beautiful prophet. That's the best example. Lead with that. Lead with, yes, the Quran teaches you to strike her if she's disobedient, if you fear disobedience. Yes, MashaAllah. Lead with, oh, the women are equal to dogs and donkeys. Lead with that. Lead with, yes, the woman come in the form of a devil. They are the evil omens that's in a house, in a horse, and in a woman. This is what you cowards must lead with. You dour little boys, you little cowards, lead with that. The women in Islam that have suffered the most in the world, lead with them. Oh, you can have 4 wives and you can exchange them as you wish. Lead with that. Stop saying Jesus is a Muslim. Stop running to Jesus to save Islam. Lead with what you have in Islam. Lead with the Quran and the Hadiths that tells you that a woman, even if she's on the camel, must get off that camel and open her legs, or else the angels will punish her, the curse her for the rest of the night. Lead with where it says that the mat in the house is better than a woman that doesn't give birth. Lead with the Quranic verse that says that wash your hands after the toilet or if you touch a woman. Surah 443, if you touch a woman, you touch her. Hey, hun, how you doing? Oops, look at that. Gotta go wash now. Lead with how you can lie to a woman to marry her. Sahih Bukhari, 6971. It says how they tricked this virgin into believing that she's married, even with false witnesses. Lead with that. Lead with, oh, of course, you woman, you can be FGM'd. Lead with that. Oh, Allah and Muhammad said you can FGM, because Muhammad was FGM'd, Aisha was FGM'd, everyone was FGM'd. You get FGM, you get FGM, you get FGM. Sound like Oprah. And not only that, it's okay. Lead with, when you come to my house, you can be breastfed by my wife. Because that's in the Quran, was in the Quran, in the original Quran. We don't have that Quran anymore. Lead with that. You weak dawah guys running over to the Bible. Jesus is a Muslim. No, lead with, come to my house, you can be suckled by my wife. More Muslims will come to Islam if you do what Muhammad did. More Muslims, not more Muslims, more people will convert to Islam more people will convert to Islam if you opened your doors and you lead with, Allah said that my wife can breastfeed you so that you are not attracted to her and you can't marry her. The word is nikah, banging her. You don't have to do inter dingy with her. That's the word, nikah, to be penetrated. So the lead with that, you dawah cowards. Open up a live and lead with, come to my house. You can be suckled by my wife because that's what my God and my prophet say is okay. And you will become a Muslim. You can be a Muslim. Lead with that. Stop saying, don't stop going to my Jesus and saying Jesus is a Muslim. Stop doing that. But you are blaspheming our prophet. You blaspheme. No, I'm not blaspheming. I'm repeating. I'm reading. You just don't like it. You guys don't know what blaspheme is. We just read, repeat. We read, repeat. Your stuff gave it to us. Your religion told it to us. Your religion said Muhammad was possessed. Muhammad wanted to unalive himself several times. Your religion told us that Muhammad, that Khadijah did the striptease to check to see if it was an angel or a devil. Your religion told us that. We didn't know all this. We just read, repeat. You guys cry and then attack because you're attacking me when you should be attacking your God, your Sahaba, your Muhammad, your Hadiths, your Quran, not me. I'm reading, repeating. You are just crying. This is what we learn about women in Islam. No woman should annoy her husband. Imagine this. There's a hadith that actually says no woman should annoy her husband. Let me find that for you. Because why? Why not? These cowards think we're scared of them. Cowards think we're scared of them. Watch this, guys. Listen to this. No woman annoys her husband, but his wife among the who. No, that's the wrong one. Let me see. Where it says that you mustn't annoy her because then this will cause you to be, oh no, don't annoy him because God will curse you. Let me just see. I've got it written down here somewhere, or I've got it somewhere on my saved stuff. But you shouldn't annoy the husband. It's Sunan Ibn Majah 3:9. Let me see. 2014. Let me just see if I can find that. Oh man. No woman annoys her husband, but his wife among Huris, that means paradise, the Safs, do not annoy him. May Allah destroy you, for he is just a temporary guest with you, and he will leave you and join us. So you will be cursed by the God of Islam if you annoy your husband. A religion for man, by man. Don't, you just insulted my prophet, you insulted my religion, you insulted the woman. Oh, that's blasphemy. Or tell someone who cares. Put me on that blacklist and ban and block and boycott me. I don't give a continental. I'll come up with a new topic. My topic on Monday, guys, topic on Monday is racism in Islam. We're going to talk about these filthy, disgusting racists that Islam has, and they're on TikTok. We're going to see how Muhammad was buying and selling black slaves. How Nabtal, if you want to see Satan, look at this black face of a Nabtal. On Monday, the racism in Islam on Monday. And we're going to point to this coward, circle coward, that has a mouth, but his only mouth. I mean, you see how he's built. You see how he kicks. Got a video on my page. You've seen how he kicks. And even if no Muslim is here, I know that you guys are sitting back there listening because you're taking notes, you're making notes, and you're going to run back to your boss. Malik the boss man. Everyone bows to Malik. Malik is the boss man. Malik, I got your back, Malik. I got your back, Malik. Oh, nobody said anything about you, Malik, because I got your back, Malik. Cowards. Cowards. I got your back, Malik. Go lick. Go Malik. Cowards. All of these guys, cowards. Appreciate that, man. God bless. All of these guys bullying each other just to bow down. Like these are like they're submissive, like they're the woman. In fact, all these guys, Malik, I got your back. I was defending you, Malik. You like the woman in Islam. You like the subservient woman in Islam, bowing down, getting used and abused, not realizing that this is the Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome, defending the person that's terrorizing you. The woman in Islam, as Aisha said, she hasn't seen anyone suffering more than the woman of the believers. This is Islam. And the men of Islam today, all these, I'm defending you, I got your back, oh Malik, oh you said Malik, and well, the council has spoken, I follow the council. Cowards, weak, pathetic, no backbone, nothing, no backbone. Just like this poor woman in Islam. Poor woman in Islam. Beaten. 434 them. 434 them. If they don't step in line, you 434 them. Because Malik has spoken. Comedy Central has spoken. Ooh. You must jump because you'll get doxxed. If you don't listen to them, you'll get doxxed. Ooh, be careful. Lying and bullying people. This is what happens to the woman in Islam. This is why they're quiet. Remember that the woman in Islam, her voice, again, the guy was saying, he said, when a woman speaks, she shouldn't be heard by many. She must be heard by the person she's speaking to, because her voice is aura. Her voice will turn men on. Her voice is bad. Her voice is evil. Like the guy said, Muhammad said, I only left one evil thing, one fitra in this world, and this was a woman. One thing. And these little cuckolds bowing down to this bully, Malik, bowing down and prostrating to him. Cowards. Boy, the council has spoken, we will boycott the lives. I promise you I will not go to Duran's live anymore. I promise you we'll go away from God Logic's live. Promise you. Everyone's in agreement. Just like the woman. They sat together. And the woman came over and said, Aisha, look, my skin is greener than my clothes. And Aisha's like, oh, man, you know why? Because just like these cowards, these little dhimmi men, Muslim men, the woman got together to talk about the men. The woman got together and said, look, man, I was beaten like a pulp. And just like these dhimmi men, the woman was saying to Muhammad, like, listen, Muhammad, we've never seen anyone suffer more than these believing women. I haven't seen anyone suffer more than these Muslim dhimmi men, to the likes of Malik, to the likes of Central Dawah, to the likes of all these other Muslims. These guys prostrate to them. They bend down. They're bending over. They're on their knees for these guys because they're weak. They are prostrating because they're in fear. It's just like Islam is to submit. They're submitting themselves to what these men are saying. They're bowing down because the council has spoken. That was the words I heard yesterday. The council has spoken. So when a man speaks in the house, the woman has to prostrate, and she has to do exactly what the man says. Just like these dhimmi Muslim men. Just like these dhimmi Muslim men, they bow down to the men in the house, and the men are those that are just deciding what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and these are the likes of the bullies. But these dhimmi Muslim men will boycott. They don't know why. The only reason they boycott is because on lives like ours, all we do is read. I just have to read. I don't have to explain anything to you guys. I don't have to read. I can just say to you, this is what it says. It says, no woman annoys a husband, but his wife among huris, the safs of paradise. Do not annoy him. May Allah destroy you, for he is just a temporary guest with you, and soon he will leave you and join us. That's it. I read it. I don't need to explain it because you guys are smarter than Muslim people. You don't need to get a Google Translate to explain something in your language that you understand. But these dhimmis and these weak Muslims will say, oh, no, you need to read it like this, that, and the other, because they're weak, cowardice, and they don't understand their own God. We, on the other hand, are able to read, to comprehend, understand. This is why, again, to all you women that are thinking about Islam, to all you black men, brothers and sisters, my African brothers and sisters, stay away from this filth. Stay away. Don't be another Bilal. Don't Bilal. He said, I was ordered to stand on the Kaaba and give the prayer. He didn't do it willingly or lovingly. He was ordered. Don't be like Nabtal. Don't be like the black slaves bought and sold. Don't be like the woman and just bow down and prostrate to the voices of these men because they speak louder, interrupt you, and bully you. Doesn't mean that you have to be just like that. You can be stronger. You don't have to be a half brain. Because remember, the Quran and Hadith teach that women are half brain. And because women are half brain, they need two to satisfy one man. They need two women. For example, and this is now again, when Aisha was, again, we know Aisha was cheating on Muhammad, right? And Muhammad said, you need 4 witnesses. You need 4 witnesses to watch the penetration for it to be true. Male witnesses, meaning it has to be 8 female witnesses to see the penetration. Again, this religion is telling us about these women, telling us that men are a step above the woman, men are in charge of the woman. It says a nation will never succeed with a woman as its ruler. Never. Imagine starting your day like that. Your wife comes home and says, oh, husband, I am going to be the president of South Africa. And your husband's like, you forget you're Muslim? You know, a nation will never succeed with a woman as a leader. You know, so get back in the kitchen, please. And she's like, oh, bugger, forgot about that one. Ugh. Let me just make a quick call. Hey, listen, who's the prime minister? I forget his name. Anyway, hey, listen, I can't become president. I forgot. I'm a woman. I'm a half brain. You know, no nation will succeed. So, you know, just forgive me. Forgive me. This is the Islam they want you to join, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Islam. They're coming to your countries, to your towns, to your cities. This is the Islam your children are going to be exposed to. Remind your children that this is filthy, disgusting, and evil. Remind your children. Don't let them be watered down. Oh, Islam isn't really like that. This was back then. It's different now. Yada, yada. None of that rubbish. We can see from the fruits of Islam that it's from the pit of hell. And we will expose it every single day as long as we have a platform. As long as we have a platform, we will expose it. And I don't care if the Muslims are here. It's live right now on the YouTube channel. And at some point, someone, even if it's one person searching, that opens up that YouTube channel and watches this, one person, and sees that this is evil and disgusting and that they need to run from it because it does not give women the rights that they are told they have, job done. Job done. If one woman realizes that she needs to get her breasticles out just to have a man walk into the house, job done. To suckle a man walking in your house, that will turn him off? No, that will turn him on. To have a wife clipped and snipped? Not a turn on, turn off. That a woman in the shape of a devil? Turn off, not a turn on. That you plowing your wife because you're looking at someone else? Turn off, not a turn on. That you shouldn't annoy your husband because you'll be cursed by the angels? Turn off, not a turn on. No woman is like, oh, I can't wait for my husband to come home and go, oh, you such a dog and a donkey. Oh, you such a dog and a donkey. Woof, woof. Hee-haw, hee-haw. Which woman is going to sit there going, oh, my husband came home last night, mashallah. He brought me no flowers and he called me a dog and a donkey. I got so excited. I laid on the bed there and I was like, come on, take me. Take me. This is the Islam that's coming to your towns, your cities. Block it. Just like I wish we could just block it in our towns, like TikTok. Just block. Gone. Yeah, that's right. Hi, honey, I'm home. Woof, woof. Oh, you such a devil. Oh, you such a devil. You remind me of a dog and a donkey. Ooh. You have an evil omen in you, haven't you? You got an evil omen in you. That's right. Yes, you do. Yes, you. And you don't forget, you only a half brain. You little intelligence. That's right. Oh, mashallah, look at you. Oh, you're still green after the beating I gave you. Oh, but you'll be okay. Give it another week or two. Oh, you finally got your feet touching the floor and you sit on the toilet. Oh, you're growing so fast. This is the Islam, dude. This is the Islam that's coming to your homes. This is Islam coming to your towns. And this is why they say boycott the lives, not because there's blasphemy, not at all. They're saying boycott these lives because we are reading what Islam truly is about. What they're lying to them about, we are reading. No, come to Islam. Jesus was a Muslim. That's the only thing they got. You'll never ever find a live saying Muhammad was a Muslim, come to Islam, because they know we will rip him to pieces. The worst thing that ever walked the earth, we will rip him to pieces. That's blasphemy. No, if I'm told that a man was sleeping with a child, that's disgusting. That's not blasphemy. That's disgusting. That a man was allowing others to have adultery and fornication, that's disgusting. That's not blasphemy. That's disgusting. So you crybabies want to go and report this to your leaders up above, to the Dawa gangs, to your what's it called, your boss man, the mob. You want to go back and tell them, oh, let's go back and report him. Go do it. But start a live first. Before you do that, man up, start a live, and start your live with, in Islam, women can be suckled. And don't tell me it was abrogated, because that's a lie. It was abrogated from 10 to 5. It was in the Quran, which is not in the Quran. Like the stoning was in the Quran, it's not in the Quran. A religion by man, for man. Say it again. A religion by man, for man, to satisfy man, Muhammad. To satisfy Muhammad. Muhammad could not be without woman. He could not think with his big head. He thought with his little head. This is why the Quran and the Hadiths constantly satisfy him, his desires. The women have been suffering according to the Quran and the Hadith. Aisha confirms it. Anyways, I think we're done for the day. If there's, let me go to the, as I said, I think on Monday, I'm going to do a live on the racism in Islam. I will play you the video. Of this disgusting, filthy, when you look at him, you can see his face is full of pubes. He calls himself Comedy Central. That pubed-filled face of his, with these little skinny arms and skinny legs, trying to pretend he's something that when he's nothing. Calling out people and saying using the N-word to describe this, that, and the other, and to think that he's trying to humiliate people. Monday, I will do a live on racism. I will play you the thing and you'll hear, for those that haven't heard, even those that have heard, we'll play it again so that people can hear how he truly is, the behavior of the Muslims, and then look at how the Muslims are trying to both defend him and to, to not attack him, but to try to correct him. Some are saying, don't forget, he's still a brother in Islam. He said he is still a Muslim. He said that we can forgive him because he is a Muslim for the sake of Allah. They can forgive him. But as an African Muslim, a black Muslim, how can you forgive and forget when knowing all the other Muslims think the same thing about you? You black Muslims, you non-white Muslims, they're saying the same thing about you. They attack you if you Pakistani. They attack you if you Indian. They mock you if you Pakistani. They mock you if you Indian. They attack you and mock you if you black. So who's left? So the black, the brown, Indian, Pakistani are being attacked, ridiculed, teased, mocked. So when they say to you or tease you or mock you in a specific accent or dialect, They're doing that to even the Muslims that are from the countries that they're mocking. They have zero respect for you guys. Remember that Islam came for the Arabs. It's only you Muppets that think it came for you. And when I say for the Arabs, don't believe that you live in a North African country and you're a bloody Arab. That's right. They are called raisin heads. Raisin heads. That's what they say. But that's Islam for you. That is Islam for you. And just for those that are recording and those that are playing this, I'm going to say this. I am not afraid of any of you Dawa cowards. None of you Dawa cowards. We're not afraid of you. We just read. You afraid of us actually reading. Something Muhammad couldn't do. That's blasphemy. No, that's a bloody fact. He couldn't read. I can read in several languages. Mo couldn't even read in one. So that's not blasphemy. That's a fact. He slept with a child. It's a fact. He beat Aisha. It's a fact. He did muta. It's a fact. Fact over feelings, people. Facts over feelings. Alrighty, guys, even those that are listening, please, just because I'm about to read the Zabur doesn't mean you must run. I'm reading the Psalms. It doesn't mean you must go. Doesn't mean that because we're doing this, you have to go. So let's just read the Psalms, Psalm 26 today, Psalm 26 today, and then we can end today, and then you can have an amazing, beautiful weekend. I will not go live this weekend. Busy, but Monday's a new day. And in fact, I need to have some time out. Give them a chance to make videos about people that have spoken up or spoken out. You know, much love and respect to Duran for what he did. And, you know, we don't need to apologize to Muslims. I will never apologize to a Muslim. If I read it and it's in there and I say it and I repeat it, no need to repeat to apologize for it. I just read it. It's not my fault that it happened. It's your Muhammad's fault that he did what he did. I just repeat it. You should be more disgusted and embarrassed about what Muhammad did than me repeating what he did. He penetrated a 9-year-old. Disgusting, filthy. I said it because he did it. Don't be mad with me. I'm just the messenger, man. I just read. So, the verse I'm going to read today is Psalm 26. It says, "Vindicate me, O Lord, for I have walked in my integrity, and I have trusted in the Lord without wavering. Prove me, O Lord, and try me. Test my heart and my mind, for your steadfast love is before my eyes, and I walk in your faithfulness. I do not sit with men of falsehood, nor do I consort with hypocrites. I hate the assembly of evildoers, and I will not sit with the wicked." You hear that, Muslims? "I wash my hands in innocence and go around your altar, O Lord, proclaiming thanksgiving aloud and telling all your wondrous deeds. O Lord, I have the habitation of your house and the place where your glory dwells. Do not sweep my soul away with sinners, nor my life with the bloodthirsty men, in whose hands are evil devices, and whose right hand are full of bribes. But as for me, I shall walk in my integrity. Redeem me and be gracious to me. My foot stands on level ground. In the great assembly, I will bless the Lord." Amen. Man, this was perfect because this is talking about Muhammad, Allah, Muslims. The falsehood that they're trying to force on all of us. The falsehood. This is why, guys, you will never find a Muslim, never, leading with women in Islam. They all run to our Jesus. They all run to our Jesus. They will put Jesus on the screen saying, "Come to Islam. Jesus was a Muslim." They will never ever lead with the hadith that says that you shall breastfeed them 10 times, or that you shall FGM or clip and snip them down there, circumcise your woman. They will never lead with women are equal to dogs and donkeys. They will never lead with women are deficient in intelligence, that women are deficient in religion. They will never lead with women are come in the form of a devil. They will never lead with there's an evil omen in a horse, a house, and a woman. They will never lead with beat them. They will never lead with penetrate young children that have not yet menstruated. They will never lead with the angels will curse the woman all night if they don't open their legs. They will never lead with any of the stuff. They will lead with Jesus was a Muslim. Come to Islam. That's what they lead with, because they've got nothing, nada, nothing better, nothing greater than Jesus. They will never lead, come to Islam. Muhammad was the best example to mankind. They will never lead with that because Jesus is greater than Muhammad. They will use Jesus because they know that Muhammad was forever destroyed by the Sahaba when they wrote down his behaviors. When they told us about Muhammad, they destroyed Muhammad. That's why Muslims will never lead with what Qutb did, how Qutb behaved, what Qutb said about women being dogs and donkeys and all of that stuff. They will never go to Ahmed Qutb Muhammad. They will run to Jesus and say, he is a Muslim, come to Islam. But because we are smarter than a Muslim and we don't have cousin marriage, our IQ has not dropped to the level where their IQ is. We are smarter, and we know that we will teach our children who Jesus truly is, and it can't be the same Jesus of this religion of Islam, because their Isa is not the same as our Jesus. Don't forget, Isa means camel semen. Keep me in your prayers, guys, please, as always. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Agents 007. The Agents 007, please. You're more than welcome. Notice Harun is back, but he wouldn't request because just like every other Muslim, coward. Send you an invite, Harun. Come up and tell me why you don't start a Muslim live where you can say, in Islam, you can breastfeed your wife to other men, that she can be suckled by other men. Come up, Harun, and tell me, please. Any Muslim, before I end the live, if there's any Muslim that wants to come up and tell me to please come and visit so that his wife can breastfeed me, she can suckle me. Please, I dare any Muslim to invite me to their home so that their wives, I'm hoping there's all four in the same house, so that the wives can suckle me. They can do a train on me. No? No Muslim wants to invite me to their house? No Muslim wants to tell me about the verses of the breastfeeding, the suckling? I want to be like Salim. I want to breastfeed, man. Where you at now, Harun? Invite me to your home, dude. My wife's at work. I can say this now. Come on, man. Where you at, Harun? Please invite me. I promise you, it will be quick sucks, like, see, quick ones, not See that? Come on, man. That's right. Watch it today. I mean, today I'm ready for these Muslims, man. They think that they're going to be running this thing. They think that they're going to be running this thing. We run this thing. We run this thing. We run this thing. They think they're going to be running this thing. All we do is read. They can read as much as they want from our books. You'll never see anyone being told, oh, when you come to my house, you can suckle my wife. It's okay. Suckity suck suck. But only 5. It used to be 10. I'm not sure if it's 5 on each side. That's my question to them. Is it 5 on each side or just 5 on one side? Can't make this up, guys. This is why you'll never find a Muslim live where they lead with Islam. They can't because they're cowards. Harun, is it 5 on one side or 5 on each side? I don't know. I'm hoping it's 5 on each side. The right side is my favorite side. Which side is it, Harun? Both sides, one side? Do I get to choose? If one is hanging lower than the other, Harun, can I choose which one I want to hang on? Come on, Harun, it's in your religion. Your religion teaches you that the suckling was in the Quran. It was 10, now it's 5. Can I choose which one? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one do I go for? Do I like feel which one's heavier, which one's less? Just remember, guys, the Muslims asked for this. When the Muslims started using the N-word, when the Muslims started embarrassing themselves and talking to us like we are their dummies, and are saying that we are the ones that should be alienated, we should be pushed aside and be ignored and yada, 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 they opened this up. When they started insulting people because of their color, they brought this on. Monday, we're going to talk about racism in Islam. Guys, I'm out. Keep me in your prayers, please. As always, please humble yourselves, remove the hate, the ego, the pride. And just remember, man, we've got to put Christ first. Got to put Christ first. Just let me read a couple of super chats. This is from, let me see if I can get that up there. This is, why is it gone now? This is from Workman. Workman need not be ashamed. Hey, that's true, man. He says, great work. Thank you so much for that. We've also got our brother, OG2ENV. OG2ENV. He says, God bless you all. Thank you, 007. Keep talking about those PDFs. You know we will. You know we will. That's blasphemy. That's blasphemy. That hurt my feelings. Oh, that's blasphemy. We're going to boycott your life. That's blasphemy. No, it's not. No, it's not. Sleeping with a child is labeled. There's a label for that. When you sleep with a child, there's a label. There's a label for it. And you guys opened that door. Your hadiths gave it to us. We just reading. We just go and read. And if that's what it says, then that's what it says. We just go and read. Muhammad married her when she was 6. The guy came on yesterday, tried to be smart. He said, yes, she was 6, prepubescent. Remember that? I asked, can you marry a prepubescent girl in Islam? Yes, you can. Can you penetrate them before their menstruation? According to the Quran, yes, you can. I feel like I'm Barack Obama. Yes, you can. Did Muhammad marry a child before menstruation? Yes, he did. She was 6. So yes, he did. According to to Islam Q&A, what was the reason for him not penetrating her? She wasn't able for it. In other words, he tried to penetrate, it didn't fit. So he just waited again. And he waited a 1 year. And he waited a 2nd year. According to Islam Q&A, on the 3rd year, he couldn't wait anymore. It says that even if it doesn't matter if she's 9. Oh, no. So it says once the girl reaches the age of 9, then you can consummate your marriage with her, even without her consent. Muslims, lead with that. Lead with that. Say, come to Islam. You can penetrate a 9-year-old without their consent. Come on, Muslims. That should be your intro. Don't say Jesus is a Muslim. Don't say that. Say, come to Islam. In Islam, according to the Sahaba and to the history of Islam, you can penetrate them without their consent. All you got to do is look at Iraq. Iraq confirms it because they just made it happen. Before I get banned and stuff, I need to go. And I apologize again, guys. I hope that and thank you again for listening in, for putting up and paying attention. Don't forget, the account is called The Agents 007. The Agents 007. I am hoping to yeah, anyways, doesn't matter. God bless you guys. God bless, God bless, God bless. There is some drama going on right now. In fact, on one of the lives where Muslims are what's against Muslim. So give me 10 seconds and we can go there together. Let me tell you the site. It's in. I just got a message on my another device. Let me just find it for you, and I'll tell you where to go, and you can watch the Muslim against the Muslim. Love it when a plan comes together. Man, these people, they be hating each other. Remember, you guys must remember this. The Muslims were fighting Muslims immediately after Muhammad. So this is in their DNA. They didn't need to fight Christians. They were fighting each other. This is how early Islam started fighting with people. Each other. Where's that gone? Where's it gone? Okay, let me just see. Okay, that's Yemeni. The guy called Yemeni. They're fighting about something, about hijabs. Anyway, guys, God bless you. In the name of Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, I thank you, Lord, for this live and all those that have joined in today. God bless them. Thank you, Lord. Look after them. Keep them safe, them and their families. Hopefully, Lord, they turn back to you, those that are in doubt, those that are questioning. Hopefully, they pick up their Bibles and they come one step closer, opening their eyes, not ignoring all the signs that's in front of their faces. Bless them, Lord, guide them, and Lord, most of all, please forgive us. In Jesus' name, amen. God bless, guys.